is that after making a mistake, we need to face up to it. We need to tell the truth. That is integrity, telling the truth and honoring promises no matter the consequences.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. You call me a god. 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 I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. Wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me. Put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
I'm called of God. Called of God. And Tim Ballard told me he'd been called of God. Some wild-eyed prophet like...
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I
Remove. Trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. Something about some underwear. I don't know. I forgot. What is it, y'all? I'm old. I'm so old. And I was going to wear a costume, but KJ had it. And she had my costume. The hell? God dang. Oh, yeah. All right. Let me fix myself, right? How y'all doing? How's it going? Let me touch my camera up here so I don't look so rough. My voice sounds crazy. I'll just eat your underwear. There it is. There it is. Stopping in to say hi before I take the kiddos trick-or-treating. Oh, sure. Y'all have fun. Y'all be careful. Test all the candy. Right? Awesome. I'm glad you came by. Come pick us up. We want to go. Right? Anyway, so what's up? How's it going? My hair is crazy. So we have that cool blast hitting everybody right now. Look at my hair. It's doing the static thing. I don't know what to do with it anymore. About to get it trimmed again. Can't stand it. Watch out for those goblins, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm sitting here trying to come up with some Halloween stuff, and I'm like, I'm just not a holiday person. I am more like today than I have been in the past 10 years, I guess. And anyways, I'm like, we do Halloween every damn day. Honestly, we go over some really dark crap. We research some really dark places, crevices. And, I'm just like, we're just going to do what we always do. So anyways, I thought maybe it would be a good day for us. And we talked about this in the members only chat the other day, which was so fun. I was so super relaxed, and I should probably apologize. But it was fun. I mean, it was relaxed. It was relaxing. And anyways, eating some treats, not too many trick or treaters, right? Not anymore. It's not like, I mean, I don't really want to just send the kids out, amongst society. I'm really good. Uh, I just don't have the trust thing anymore. But which is crazy because I used to always start with trust. That I was just like, okay, burn me and I'm done. um, and whatever, no harm, no foul, just part ways, But people are jerks. They are evil. They really are. They can be. Not all people. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm about to what I have is a phone hooked up, and I will just you can call it, or you can come on to the stage, whatever this is called, the panel, and using the StreamYard link, and you can come up, and I'm gonna try and just put the thing out there to limit it down to at least 5 minutes or less. That way, the next person can come on, or and so on and so forth. If there's anybody, we don't know. We're gonna wing it. And I don't know how to turn call waiting off this phone. So I'm like, oh crap. Jason's not here, and it's an Android, and I don't use Android. So I'm like, what? Anyways, and so, yeah, and another thing that I was going over was just the whole, hold on, let me find it real quick. It's right here. With all the things coming out, finally, I've been harping on it. I hate that. But I mean, it's just, I'm a dog with a bone. That's the only thing I can say. I'm glad it's horrible stuff, but I'm glad that it's coming out. It's sunlight is the best disinfectant, and all it is, this Tom Harrison, Visions of Glory, Tim Ballard, Ruby, and Jody, they are just remnants of Chad and Lori. I mean, that's all this is. That it's just it was a delayed reaction. They didn't come forth and get dealt with when that happened, when they made the headlines and did what they did, allegedly for Chad. And I mean, it's relieving, and it also is always bringing new pieces to the puzzle. So I'm always just kind of putting things together, and it can be overwhelming at times, especially as fast like I am. But so I've been watching the Mormon Stories podcast with John and Lauren and Mindy and Megan. Well, there's two of them, right? And there's the 5-hour one, then there's like the 2.5-hour one. And I've watched the 2.5-hour one like 100 times. And I'm like, okay, there's another one, right? So I need to just go find it and see if I've watched it a bazillion times. And yeah, I've watched it a couple times, but so as I listen to it, I'm always like, okay, well, there's that, and there's this, and it's different than when I listened to it the first time, or the second, or the third. And I always like to go back and revisit things. Like, I should probably go back now and listen to Melanie Gibbs interviews. I just feel like things will really start connecting even more. And the goal here is just to get to the bottom of it. And to the bottom means all the way up, if you know what I'm saying. And they should be held accountable for what they put out in this world. And just like anybody, just like me, just like you, just like all of us, right? I think the victims deserve that. And I mean, that's all you can do. It's a vow that I made, and I will I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to be a woman of my word, but damn, I really meant it. Okay, so I can't read and do this at the same time. Where's it? Let me just type it in here. But where's it at? What's the name of it? I can't think of the name of it. Hold on. Excuse me for just 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Let me copy it here. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. You beautiful people. What are y'all doing today? Y'all tricking or treating? Just kidding. I don't need this. Okay. All right. I have it right here. It was something. Okay. I usually don't get on Dropbox in here. So it's like, what? It's all different. I had to sign in and everything. So, no. Okay. Love you. Will you shut the door, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Love you.
You're welcome.
Jason says trick or treat. Got any candy? You can turn the porch light off. I'm not outside. Oh yeah, we don't have candy. Right. That's where the candy went. Candyman. Diabetes, right? Okay. All right. So basically it was this document or whatever that it came from Jen a long time ago, about 2021 or whatever. And I mean, I read it really for the first time the other day. I want to say it was before I did my first members only live. I think that was Tuesday or, oh, hell, I don't know. Anyways, and it just had a lot of things that just kind of stood out at me and everything. So I don't know if I want to go over that now. I think I will. I think I'll go over that now, and then we'll do the call-in thing. So it's called Satan Mourns Naked Upon the Earth, Locating Mormon Possession and Exorcism Rituals in the American Religious Landscape. All right. Yay. Yeah. It's written by Stephen Taysom. In the introduction, it says Joseph Smith believed in the devil. Well, right? All right. Let me see if I'll share it real quick. I say real quick. There's nothing quick. Let's see what size. Okay. President. I think that's it. Yeah. Anyways, it's interesting because there's a lot of what Chad and Lori and friends did and continue to do, because it never gets addressed. So it's a problem. And this is why we see the hemorrhage in the church, from the church, and all the people and all the kids. All the kids. I don't care about the people. Do what you do. Leave the kids alone. Do I sound like Pink Floyd? Right? Anyways. All right. So it says Joseph Smith believed in the devil. His public ministry began with a dramatic case of possession and exorcism. The term translated exorcism, y'all, this is about to be crazy, in English comes from the Greek, don't know, and means to bind with an oath or to adjure. Okay, from antiquity, Christians have used the term to refer to rituals that drive evil spirits out of human beings. Okay. My use of the term in the context of Mormon ritual practice is potentially problematic and controversial and requires a brief justification. Always. Exorcism is something of a fraught term because since the Middle Ages, it has been closely associated with the specific Roman Catholic ritual. Protestants typically use the term deliverance rather than exorcism. I don't know. My throat does this every damn time. I'm so sorry. I'll try and do this. Usually my microphone does not mute when I do that. All right. Let's see. Protestants typically use the term deliverance rather than exorcism in an effort to distance themselves from Catholic practice. Mormons have no term probably because they're brand new as far as religions. That is equivalent to either exorcism or deliverance, a denominationally neutral term for the practice of casting out devils and demons is dispossession. I have elected, however, not to use the term dispossession. Why'd you bring it up? Anyways, when referring to such Mormon rituals, and have chosen instead to use exorcism despite the particular association the term has with Catholicism. God forbid. Anyways, because Mormonism does not have a term for this particular ritual act, there is no emic, I guess, vocabulary upon which I can rely. My choice then is between two etic terms. Okay, come on. That's why I like having the things where I mark on them. It sucks. But at least I know where to go. I have chosen the former. He's using exorcism. All that to say he's going to use the word exorcism, okay? Okay, but whatever term we apply to it, in April of 1830, Smith, the 24-year-old founding prophet of Mormonism, entered a small log home in rural New York to find a young friend, Newell Knight. That's the dude's name. In agony. So he found his friend in agony. Knight's visage and limbs were distorted and twisted in every shape and appearance possible to imagine. Knight then levitated. Woohoo! That's a real deal. Knight then levitated and was thrown violently around the room. To Smith, it was clear that this work was the work of Satan. Right, Satan? Word of the strange happenings quickly spread, and a handful of neighbors and family members gathered in astonishment. Eventually, Smith was able to get close enough to Knight to grasp his hand, at which point Knight, quote, requested with great earnestness that I should cast the devil out of him, that he knew that he was in him, and that he knew that I could cast him out. Okay. Joseph Smith then rebuked the devil and commanded him in the name of Jesus Christ to depart from him. All right. Okay. Knight then claimed to see Satan leave his body and vanish from his sight. I wonder if it resembled that angel that he said visited him. Just asking. Anyways, Satan did not vanish for long. However, from Smith's day until the present, Satan, in the belief that he and his angels, and they put that in quotation marks, which is interesting. It has to do with visions of glory and how these people all are like self-deify, the God complex thing, right? Okay, I'm thirsty. Okay. In the belief that he and his angels can and do possess the bodies of human beings, have been regular fixtures in Mormon thought, despite what one scholar sees as, quote, the cooling of the demonic throughout Mormon culture, after the 19th century, the ideas remain alive and well. In 2005, the LDS Church, in 2005, the LDS Church's official magazine, The Ensign, that is, Lori sings that in her Hallelujah to Alex. I know a lot of people don't hear that, Hidden True Crime is the closest one. That's the only thing they haven't, and I don't know. I believe it says Ensign. When it talks about Mike Stroud and giving him his ensigns. Oh, whatever. Published a talk. That's just my opinion. But anyways, published a talk from LDS Apostle Marion Romney, reaffirming Smith's early teachings on the subject. We Latter-day Saints need not be, and we must not be deceived by oh my gosh. I just even stuttered with this. Sophistries. I don't even know. Don't use that word. Sophistications, I'll say, of men concerning the reality of Satan, Romney warned. There is a personal devil, and we had better believe it. This is not to suggest that Mormon ideas have not changed in the nearly 2 centuries since the night exorcism. Casting out evil spirits was frequently spoken of by church leaders in the 19th century. Today, the practice still exists, but it has dropped from official discourse. Eric D. Huntsman, and that's an interesting name, right? The Huntsman Jets is what I think of. And then there's huntsmans that work in Tim's organization. Put a pin in that. A scholar of ancient history and member of BYU's Department of Ancient Scripture, who writes from a devotional LDS point of view, recently published a book of LDS-owned Deseret Book Company, right? The church-owned company, on the subject of the miracles of Jesus. Huntsman dedicates an entire chapter to the exorcisms performed by Jesus and concludes that, quote, demonic possessions occurred and Jesus had the power to deliver those who were held captive in that way. Although both can also occur today, Satan has other, they're extra. And this is what I'm saying. It's always extra. It's like the Bible wasn't enough. So it's like, here's the Book of Mormon and all the standard works and just all the things. And it's always extra. It's never just clear point blank. It's just extra. Anyway, it's complicated. And okay. So he dedicates a whole chapter to it. Although both, okay, yeah, we already said that. All right. I suck at keeping my place too. So I apologize for that. Okay. Yeah, of course they can occur today. Satan has other effective tools such as addiction and abuse. I mean, wouldn't that have always been around? Just saying. Just kind of notice that when I read it out loud, it's a little different of my comprehension. Satan has other effective tools such as addiction and abuse, adapted to our time to lead people into bondage and make them miserable. I'd say we're right about there in present day with what we see going on. It's one way to look at it. Okay. Although as Huntsman's work makes clear, possession and exorcism have taken a back seat to other explanations for certain behaviors. For Mormons, they remain, to use William James's famous phrase, quote, live options or live options, I don't know, in the 21st century. Despite such a pervasive and enduring belief in the reality of the devil and of his propensity for possessing human bodies, very little is known or understood about Mormon possession/exorcism events. Despite the existence of many such accounts, scholarly studies and Mormon exorcisms are extremely scarce. And you ask yourself, like, that's what I did. I'm like, are they? Or are they just not organized? Is it just like everything else and just bippity boppity? And there's no authority and nobody knows too many chiefs, not enough Indians. I don't know. And I know that's a horrible, expression, but it's the gist I get. It's like, there's the prophet, but what does he do? Besides talk at conference every now and then? I don't really get it. Anywho, and I mean, I don't have to, but I'm trying. I'm really trying to get it. So most studies of Mormonism have focused on the official beliefs and practices as articulated and undertaken by leaders and other prominent Mormons. Casting out evil spirits, however, has no official ritual standing within Mormonism. Well, if you got a bunch of people laying their hands on the heads of people, and whether anybody believes it or not, these people do believe it. And these people do think they have the power. So there's the receiver and then there's the giver, right? So the power is, I think, a lot to do with, first off, if in the religious sense, I'd say with the authority, right? And not just winging it, I guess you could say. And then the other side of that argument, I think, would be that you're basically the person gives you that power. Like if everybody were to say, okay, we're leaving the church today, and nobody showed up, okay, does that prop anybody up in that church that's depending on all the followers? You know what I'm saying? Like without us giving them power, they're nothing, right? They're just like me and you. And anyway, so I mean, it puts anyway. So the whole casting out thing and the laying of hands and the blessings and the bless yous and the blah blah bless everything. There's so many blessings, except when you sneeze. There's no blessings. There's no bless yous. Weirdest thing ever. Whew. Anywho, okay. All right. It says in the 19th and early 20th centuries, Mormon officials spoke openly about possession and exorcism, but there is no prescribed exorcistic, I guess, ritual, nor is there any official guide to diagnosing a demoniac, a damn demon. All right. In a religion that has become as highly centralized and allows as little room for ritual innovation, I don't know about that. Personal revelation all day, every day, twice on Sundays. And as does Mormonism, it is unusual to find a practice that is both practiced and not officially described. The absence of any mention of possession or exorcism in official modern church materials accounts in part for how the subject of Mormon exorcism has eluded scholars. It's eluded a lot of people. Pal. Oh, you just got a bunch of people just walking around and just being like, I exorcise the demons. And I mean, I don't understand. So it's just, and so you got people praying. I mean, we've had just a glimpse into how these women and Lori and Chad would go into these temples while they're committing, hey, allegedly for Chad and all the other people, but for Lori, while they're committing horrible, heinous acts that I mean, that's like the worst thing ever. You don't murder. It's the first commandment. Thou shalt not kill. Anywho, it just is backwards, in my opinion. And the women, they'd go in there, the witches, happy witch day to all those Arizona bianches. Anyways, they'd go into the temple and they'd pray or whatever. They'd go and pray away the spirits of Charles Tiley and Tammy and JJ and Brandon and my mom. I mean, who knows? Who freaking knows? Somebody could have pissed Lori off and ran a red light, whatever, just pissed her off. And could have, she'd have been, I don't know. It's opposite. They don't pray that way. Anyways, you don't pray for people to die or to be harmed or to leave their body or their spirits to be ripped and burned and whatever the hell they were doing. It's like they're practicing witchcraft in the temple. And that's just my honest opinion. That's all I got. I've never been there. Don't want to go there. I get a panic attack when I get close to there. I'm like, it freaks me out. All right. Enough about me. The absence of any mention of possession or I already said that. Despite official silence on the subject, well, that doesn't shock me. Mormons have a long and continuing history of casting out evil spirits. There you go. This article looks beyond the official invisibility of possession and exorcism and explores how Mormons in different times and places translated their beliefs into ritual action. This is not an attempt to excavate the causes of possession. I agree with Fernando, I don't know how to say it, Cervantes, I don't know, position that, quote, for the historian, the interest in possession and exorcism is not so much to be found in the way in which they point to pathological states or psychiatric complexes, but rather in the fact that they allow some understanding of the spirituality of the time and contemporary ideological climate, unquote, and context in which the events occurred. Following that philosophy, the article has one overriding goal: to situate Mormon belief in ritual practice dealing with possession and exorcism within the larger context of American culture. Why just American? Why? And religion. Instances of possession and exorcism function for Mormons as performances that accomplish a wide variety of cultural and religious goals, from supporting Mormon truth claims to providing an avenue for women to express themselves. Well, yeah. As long as it's making babies, right? To express late 20th century Mormon attitudes about the sacredness of hierarchy. Mm-mm-mm. Finally, I argue that exorcism accounts reveal in fine-grained detail that constant engagement with and adaptation to larger religious and cultural forces at work. And that's a whole lot to say. Now, this is where it's about to get interesting. Satan and early Mormon doctrine. Joseph, this is, oh my God. When I saw this, my head spun, but I was not possessed. Joseph Smith's understanding of the nature and purpose of the devil is summarized best in a revelation that he dictated in early 1832, run on sentences, right? Indicating that, quote, Satan is that old serpent, even the devil, who rebelled against God and sought to take the kingdom of our God and his Christ, wherefore he maketh war with the saints of God. And, okay, we weren't there yet. I'm sorry. Encompass them round about, and he made war, right? Warrior. Yeah, that's that whole warrior. I'll just call it a warrior complex. Everybody wants to be a hero and save everybody else, but they can't save themselves, it seems, in my opinion. Of particular importance, yeah, I thought that was it, but it's coming. All right. Of particular importance for Mormons are the elements of this story dealing with the warfare between Satan and, quote, the saints of God. Just because it says the saints, and I'm not a biblical scholar, I'm not a Mormon scholar. I'm just here, and I just know a little bit about a little bit. And I just, in the Bible, it says, I think I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong, but it's like, I know there's the saints, right? But here comes the Mormon religion, and they're like, we're the saints. You're not. It just seems like they hijacked it, and just took on that identity. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong, or maybe I'm not explaining it right. But from the earliest days of Smith's ministry, Mormons were taught to believe that this was a literal physical war in which the devil and his angels sought to possess the bodies of those on earth. Okay. Sorry. In order to understand why possession and exorcism became entrenched in Mormon practice at a time when evangelical Protestant denominations, to which Mormonism was closest culturally, were leaving the practice behind, it is necessary to understand that the notion of possession was, for Mormons, thoroughly grounded in their theology of the body. Smith famously taught that Smith famously taught that embodiment was a reward. It's a reward for those spirits who had successfully, quote, kept their first estate. Okay. I don't know much about that. By which he meant those who had sided with Christ in the war in heaven, okay, and had elected to come to earth. The time spent on earth was to be the continuation of the cosmic test. I don't know about, it starts sounding like Scientology to me. And again, I don't really know it. It just has that vibe. The time spent on earth, I already said that. Okay, but no matter how poorly an individual performed, no matter how poorly, all would be the beneficiaries of a bodily resurrection. And this makes me think of Lori and the whole first resurrection, second resurrection. Am I going to be the first resurrected, or is Tammy? I mean, that was a whole text conversation. Okay. I lost my spot. Satan and those who followed him were denied the sublime blessing of embodiment. Disembodied, right? And thus they sought to get a body. They're not all they're cracked up to be, okay? Even temporally through possession. In 1841, I sure hope this comes up soon, Joseph Smith taught that, quote, we came to this earth that we might have a body. The great principle of happiness consists in having a body. The devil has no body, and herein is his punishment. He is pleased when he can obtain the tabernacle body. Brigham Young uses that vernacular right there a lot, of a man who, when cast out by the Savior, he asked to go into the herd of swine, showing that he would prefer a swine's body to having none. 2 years later, he again addressed the subject, vividly linking possession with the disembodiment of Satan. Remember how Lori was like, or I'm sorry, I never heard Lori say it, but Melanie Gibbs said that when they were walking the track, and she was like, well, if Chad's a good Satan, if Chad's a Satan, he sure is a good one. And I'm like, I've never heard that. I've always heard of Satan. or the devil or Lucifer, but I've never heard of a Satan. I was like, a Satan? And who the hell's Korhor? Okay, so I picture the Antichrist. All those things are just one to me. You know, I don't have different personages. Just, anyways. My way's not, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. Just that's my understanding. Okay, so when Lucifer was hurled from heaven, the decree was that he should not obtain a tabernacle, nor those that were with him, but go abroad upon the earth, exposed to the anger of the elements, naked and bare. But oft times he lays hold upon men, binds up their spirits, enters their habitations, laughs. Oh God, how many of y'all are envisioning right now Lori going, you know, in Colby's face when he was on the phone with her? Okay. Oh my God, that's just, it just went through my head. There you go. Happy Halloween. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Woo. Okay. And laughs at the decree of God and rejoices in that he hath a house to dwell in. By and by, he is expelled by authority and goes abroad, mourning naked upon the earth like a man without a house, exposed to the tempest and the storm. Right? I was like, oh God, Chad will never live that damn storm down. Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like a homeless person, really. If you say, if you don't have a house, just saying, if you're going to take it literal, you know. These sermons considered, and I'm trying to make y'all laugh, I'm sorry. These sermons considered together tell us several important things that aid in understanding the theological underpinnings of Mormon belief in possession and exorcism. First, the devil is being punished. He was cast out, right? Right. But he can never be God. He tries to be, so he is the master deceiver. That's just my understanding. And so I think we see a lot of what's going on. If you have that belief, you know, it's just, if I had to pinpoint how the devil works, how Satan works, it's right here, right now. And the twisting of things, of scripture, the adding, the extra stuff. Okay. Again, just my opinion. Theological underpinning. Okay. First, the devil is being punished through his own disembodiment. He, along with those who follow him, are exposed in some way to suffering and pain as a result of lacking the shelter provided by a mortal body. Second, part of the general war that Satan is waging against people in general, and the saints in particular, is to attempt to deprive them of their own body by literally taking it over. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Smith's reference to swine in his 1841 sermon is a gloss on the story of the Gerasene, I guess, demoniac. Jesus, asking the name of the demon, is told that their collective name, y'all, I've read this very sentence right here, Legion, for we are many, in the Hamblin reports. Not playing. I shit you not. Straight up. That's what they're doing. Whether you believe in it or not, it's dark shit. It's not like, oh, please bless us while we harm our children. Okay. It's okay. The acts are not matching up, you know. By ye fruits all the way. Okay. Sorry. It just makes me go so many different places. It really does. It's just ideas. And I recall so many things. Okay, Legion, for we are many. Upon realizing that they are about to be cast out, the demonic legion requests that Jesus cast them into a herd of swine grazing on a nearby hillside. The biblical accounts offer no explanation of why the demonic spirits make this request, but Smith fills in the gap by linking this event with his own notions of the joy of embodiment, even if that embodiment is brief and unclean. That's weird. I'm so sorry. I'm thirsty. Okay. It is not clear just when Smith came to these conclusions about the devil, his angels, and the human body. All one can say with certainty is that by the early 1840s, Smith had settled on them. and that they remained with the church for many decades. In an 1856 discourse, Brigham Young, Smith's successor as LDS church president, said that, quote, the devils were cast out of heaven to this earth and that they are still around us. This is why you have Julie Rowe and or whatever, the rumblings of Julie Rowe talking about Cain being Sasquatch. There's that whole thing. And people believe this, okay? Wait, it was at an airport or something. She saw a man's face contort and it was Cain, right? I remember hearing that. I remember from her podcast. Anyways. Oh, man. And I know the projection is so real and prevalent in this. And it makes me think of how Melanie Gibb claims that Lori said that JJ had become Satan. He was talking better. He was behaving and watching TV and being good, just like Tylee was, cleaned her room. God forbid. And I hate Jesus or whatever the hell he said. I love Satan. Well, I don't remember because it's stupid. It's her projection onto him and to them. And that's how I see it. I don't think, and I mean, just exploring this whole ritual abuse stuff, it wouldn't surprise me if maybe they had the kids say that or had JJ say that. I'm serious. I'm there because they are sick and twisted and backwards. Pain is good, right? It's disturbing on so many levels. Blah, blah, blah. And still around us. Okay. Their condemnation is that they can never have a tabernacle, but they seek to get into the tabernacle of all men they can. A 1909 editorial in the church-owned Deseret Evening News echoed these sentiments, proclaiming that, quote, there are numerous instances of possession by evil spirits, unquote. Such events, the author claimed, represented attempts by, quote, the evil one. Lori has used that right there. The evil ones, the dark and terrible ones. Straight up, the evil one. To, quote, imitate the greatest of all miracles. They're all about miracles. Just put a pin in that. They always talk about the miracles. And I'm okay. We'll have to venture that way one day. Miracles, the miracle of incarnation, unquote. Gordon B. Hinckley, he was a LDS prophet at one time, who served as LDS church president from 1995 to 2008, said that the story of the possessed boy and the herd of swine was designed to demonstrate the worth of a human body, unquote. The connection between the embodiment and possession lives today. Yeah. Also in Mormon ritual life. The LDS temple endowment ritual contains a drama. Have you ever watched it? I like Rhonda's take on it. She's good. I was like, oh my God. She talked about the apple. I don't know. I don't know the things. I told you I don't really know how the things go. It's just kind of like yeah, that seems right. That checks out. But it just doesn't seem right. Anyways, I mean, it doesn't sit right with me. The way that the Mormons do it. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is important. Said the story of the possessed boy and the herd of swine was designed to demonstrate the worth of a human body. The connection between embodiment and possession lives today. Sorry for repeating. The LDS temple endowment ritual contains a drama which enacts the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. In the LDS version of the story, it is Satan himself who convinces Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, and it is Satan who is cast out and cursed by God. Yeah, that's not right. Because it's the snake, which is Satan, that tempts Eve, or, infiltrates her, I guess. And then she's like, here you go, hon. And then they're naked. And they can see each other, I think. And then it's my recollection. I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know who's cast out, but sounds like they all together, even today. Okay, it's cast out and cursed by God, but not before Satan threatens to, quote, take the spirits that follow me. Oh my God, that just made me think of come follow me. Ooh, come follow me. And That's the church's, like, come follow me 2020, come follow me 2021. That's what Rod Meldrum, that's what the church uses straight up for their lessons. Hear him, see him, and whatever. That's the monkeys, I think. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no. Okay, I'm doing the symbolic thing. But anyways, who's cast out and cursed by God. Where'd I go? I need to give me a damn ruler or something across this. This sucks. So sorry. Take the spirits that follow me, and they shall possess the bodies thou createst for Adam and Eve. The drama thus clearly indicates that possession is Satan's goal. Well, what's God's goal? And that there's a typo, and that he and his never embodied followers should be expected to make good on the threat. For Smith, ideas about the devil and possession were not simply abstract speculations. He claimed to have performed exorcisms for at least a decade before giving the January 1841 sermon. He lies. The New Testament prompted Joseph Smith and his followers to place the practice of casting out evil spirits among the gifts and signs that would follow the, quote, true church, unquote, of God. A revelation dictated by Joseph Smith in late 1830 stated, quote, I am God. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, it does say that. Oh, Lord. I am God, and mine arm is not shortened. This reminds me of the whole short, Lori claiming that Uncle Charles was shorter. And I will show miracles, signs, and wonders unto all who believe in my name, and whoso shall ask it in my name in faith, they shall cast out devils, unquote. Mike Stroud, he is a staunch outcaster, if you will. He's part of this cast team. He leads it. For Mormons, this revelation was a reiteration in modern times of the promises given to the followers of Christ in antiquity. This is an example of, quote, traditionalism, the act of linking a group's current practice with older practices in an effort to claim a special connection with the earlier group. Oh, excuse me. For Mormons, exorcism was part of a constellation of traditionalistic acts intended to link Mormon authority and practice with ancient Christianity. Eventually, the power to cast out devils would come to be viewed as a male priesthood duty. Although cases of women given permission, I mean, they don't even have the damn authority. So how are they going to tell who else has the damn authority? They don't even know what they're doing. They're like this. What do I do? Basically, because it just said that Joseph Smith's like, okay, yeah, and it shall be, and so shall it be, right? Thus saith the Lord. All right. Definitely lost my spot now, but it was worth it. All right. I know it's right here somewhere. Okay, women given permission to cast out devils. Oh, hell. Eventually, the power to cast out devils would come to be viewed as a male priesthood duty, although cases of women given permission to cast out devils did occur. Throughout the 19th century, Mormons unabashedly believed and taught that casting out devils was part and parcel of the signs that follow believers, and therefore a sign of the true church. Eventually, the performance of exorcism came to be viewed as a duty that fell under the umbrella of the Mormon higher priesthood power. The issue of priesthood authority is one in which Mormons differed from Catholics, of course, as well as Protestants. There are wide varieties of Okay, I'm going to try and find it without having to read all this because it's long. Okay, confined to church officers. Okay, so Luther, for example, believed that while the power of the keys belonged to all believers, I believe that. He confined its use to church officers, so I guess higher, right? Calvin argued that there was a qualitative difference between the extraordinary powers manifest by Christians in the apostolic era, the modern ministry of the church, which was ordinary in nature. It's like my screen does this, and it makes it really hard to see. That's what I'm trying to figure out too. And I can't just. The last time I did that, the whole damn screen went black. I'm scared. I'm sorry if it's off right now. Um, and tended to reject the need for special authority to mediate between God and human beings. Joseph Smith believed that such God-given authority was an absolute necessity, that this priesthood had to be conferred by the laying of hands, and that Smith himself had been ordained to the priesthood during visits from John the Baptist and Peter, James, and John. Okay, that's code. Okay, straight up. I found screenshots last night of Melanie Gibb talking her smack in her letter to Aval, and she talked about Peter, James, and John. Right? That's, in my opinion, that's the three presidents of that's the three top dudes of the church. Okay, it's all code words, and they doing secret shit. Okay. Smith argued that Roman Catholicism wielded a perverted and powerless priesthood authority, and he further distanced himself from Catholics, as well as most Protestant groups, on the issue of priesthood by creating a lay priesthood and rejecting a professional clergy. From Jesus to Joseph Smith, tracking the Mormon understanding of possession and exorcism. Okay, let me just try, and I'm trying to find it. I'm not looking at my underlying copy, so that's something that Jen had underlined, I think. So, come on. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I don't remember the page number. Okay, been satisfied with generalizations regarding belief system. When studying possession, he argued we need to ask exactly whose beliefs are we studying? Right? In the case of Mormon possession, we have to begin with the faith's founding prophet. Joseph Smith's ideas and beliefs about the devil and demonic possession derive from three sources. First, the Synoptic Gospels in the New Testament. Second, Roman Catholic tradition. And finally, Anglo-American Puritan folk belief. Possession and exorcism are key events in the narratives of Jesus's ministry, and are clearly linked in the stories with Jesus' godly authority. Only with the rise of Jesus and the Jesus movements did exorcism become a centrally important component of any Near Eastern religious system. The New Testament, Synoptic Gospels all, quote, agree that exorcism was an important aspect of Jesus' ministry, and go so far as to suggest that Jesus' dealings with the demon-possessed is of central significance in understanding Jesus and his ministry. So is just the concept of just the Holy Bible. Let's just stop there. Don't add to it and stuff, and translate it correctly, so to speak. The New Testament contains approximately 50 references to exorcisms performed by Christ or his followers. He's Christ, first off. Can we just stop there? You're not Christ. But I'm talking to Joseph Smith. Anyways. These cases, particularly the 5 most detailed examples, provide scripts that, demons and exorcists followed for centuries. One of the chief reasons for the rise of exorcism as a centrally important practice within Christianity is the concomitant rise of a being who represented the personification of evil. No such figure exists in the Hebrew Bible, but okay, here we go. I know y'all see the word right here. I know y'all do. Okay. No such figure exists in the Hebrew Bible. But by the time the New Testament Gospels were written, such a figure had emerged and was given the name Satan, the Hebrew word meaning obstacle, right? Remember all the obstacles? Satan's. I was like, oh, wow, that's the first time I really ran across anything that just hammered that in for me. Okay. And Abraham Giuliani teaches the Hebrew. Isaiah, that's all his niche. Okay. And as a figure of Satan emerged, so did the notion that he had with him an army of disembodied spirits. The writers of the New Testament Gospels each used the character of Satan to meet their own rhetorical needs, elaborating the character as required. Smith's second source for his tripartite, I don't know. I don't I need to go to school, back to school. Demonology was proto-orthodoxy Roman Catholicism, which influenced Smith in two ways: the diagnosis of possession and the belief that diabolical attack and possession were evidence of God's favor. This reminds me of the lemma right there. The diagnosis of possession and the belief that diabolical attack and possession were evidence of God's favor. Chad, am I doing okay? Feel, my arm hurts and my hair hurts. My hair really hurts. My ass hurts. Everything hurts. Okay. And he's like, yes, Dilemma, let me just go ahead and you've got 80,000 swords in you. And just like, whatever. Okay. But that's that like self-deification thing. Like, she's doing all this damn work, so to speak, and casting out. And I mean, she must be freaking exhausted, in my opinion. But anyways, what do I know? Okay, the symptoms of possession manifested in nearly every Mormon account match with the Roman Catholic diagnostic list that developed completely outside the biblical context. Even a cursory reading of the New Testament, however, reveals that Satan's role and the role of demons, possession, and exorcism remain rather vague and only hint at a fuller cosmology that is never completely articulated in the earliest Christian texts. By the medieval period, Roman Catholicism placed great emphasis on the practice of casting out demons, which remained multiform until the 16th century. I need an old priest and a young priest, right? And power of Christ compels you. Anyways, all right. The Roman Catholic Church finally produced an unofficial manual of exorcism, a how-to, the Ritual Romanum, I guess that's how you say it, in 1614. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else is on here. We'll read this part. We'll read this page and then we'll do the call-in. Thank y'all for being patient and listening to my ebonics, right? This publication was in part an effort to reclaim exorcism from the hundreds of freelance exorcists who had been casting out demons among Catholics for centuries. By the early modern period, a constellation of symptoms that Roman Catholics in particular found persuasive had emerged. Things such as levitation, contorted limbs, knowledge of previously unknown languages, talking in tongues, changes in the voice, stiffness of limbs, and extraordinary strength. Alex said that about Charles. He was like, he had the strength of 10,000. I don't even know what he said because it's stupid and it's a lie. What else? Knowledge of, well, I was going to say, anyways, we'll move along. Form the core of the diagnostic criteria used by Catholic exorcists. Although Joseph Smith probably did not know the Catholic origin of possession symptoms, well, I mean, monkey see, monkey do, right? The ideas were so potently transmitted into Western culture that they became part of his cultural inheritance. I wonder why the thing's spinning. Anyways, Catholicism also provided another source for Joseph Smith's ideas about the devil. The 2nd century Christian apologist Justin Martyr argued that, that's a good last name, argued that Satan and his demonic legions were responsible for the persecution of Christians. Well, they still plaguing them right now. Oh my God. Okay. The demonic forces accomplished this goal by tricking Jews, pagans, and heretics into attacking Christianity. Justin thus emphasized the notion that the intensity of persecution against Christians served as an index that, an index of the tradition's truthfulness. So he's like, okay, it's not true, basically. That's what I get from it. He's like, yeah, your church is not true. So you get attacked, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm probably just messed that up. But anyways, also Justin's diabology, I guess, served as a boundary maintenance device as he began to, quote, articulate a distinctly Christian identity that the borders of which are defined against, unquote, the devil and his angels, which is in quotes also. Given the importance of the demonic presence to early Christian identity, it is not at all surprising to find that the ritual of exorcistic combat. Oh my God, it sounds like one of Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby's titles that they make up. Oh yeah, I'm a contortionist or whatever, mental health, mental whatever. Y'all know I never can remember that. Okay, so a ritual of exorcistic combat emerged as well. A warrior, sorry, one of the ways in which these early church fathers incorporated exorcism into the liturgical life of the early Christians was, oh my God, I hate all these words, was by attaching exorcism to baptism. Oh, Lord. By the early 4th century, for example, there is evidence that candidates for baptism were first given a pre-baptismal anointing. Quit touching people with the oil, okay? With explicitly, quote, exorcistic purposes. Despite the inclusion of an exorcistic element in the baptismal rites, Christians from the time of Justin Martyr continued to place the ritual dispossession of adults near the heart of the Christian experience. Joseph Smith adopted an almost identical posture as Justin Martyr. Demonic attack was a sign that God's true church was interfering with Satan's nefarious plans. Smith did not derive these ideas directly from Justin. By the 19th century, they were deeply embedded in Christian thought. For the purposes of contextualization, however, it is helpful to identify Justin as one of the originators of an idea that came to figure so prominently in Joseph Smith's thought. Finally, Smith inherited the particular diabolical views of his Puritan forebears and the Anglo-American folk culture, including the rich vein of, quote, cunning folk, tradition that they brought with them to North America. The Protestant Reformation marked an important turning point in the history of Christian oh my God, things just don't look right. Diaboloism. Oh my gosh, I'm not right today. Although Protestants carried a very strong belief in a literal devil and in the reality of possession and exorcism, they eventually made the political decision, church and state, to cede exorcism to the Catholics, where it could take its place among other, quote, superstitions like consecrations, blessings, and holy water. And so for that, I do want to tell y'all, I want to show y'all this because whenever, okay, y'all, anybody follow Exmo Lex? I feel like I'm dyslexic right now. Just want to make sure. I was watching another video that she did. You know, she's been doing a lot of these. It was a longer version of this one, but then she redid it and made it a minute long. But just listen. Okay, so she takes what they say in the temple and she says it like a witch. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm going to push play.
You can't tell me that Mormonism isn't just witchcraft under a different name. Because listen to this. Most people who are semi-familiar with Mormonism know that Mormons do secret handshakes in their secret temple ceremonies. These are called tokens, and each token has a sign, that's the handshake, and a name. The name of the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood is just an enchantment, and you can't convince me otherwise. The name of the token is health in the navel, marrow in the bone, strength in the loins and in the sinews, power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generation of time and throughout all eternity.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Don't try to sit here and tell me that's not witchcraft.
that's a witchcraft.
Joseph Smith was a witch, confirmed.
Went.
Also, on the day that you learn these secret handshakes, you get a secret new name that you're not allowed to share with anybody. You get secret new magic underwear that you wear as a protection talisman against the evil influence of Satan and also against physical harm. And up until the 1990s, you promised to yourself if you revealed any of these secrets.
Bam. I was just like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But anyway, so, all right, we're going to leave that alone. And, yeah. Let me go full screen there. Okay. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Today, I know I like her too. She's so cute. I know. I like her too. She seems like a very smart girl, very grounded, which is good. And I think it's very hard what they do. Anybody that leaves the church, I really do. I feel for you. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to understand. I am getting cynical, and I hate that. I don't want to be cynical. I didn't even know what that word was till this happened, and I'm like, oh crap. Here I am getting cynical. I'm that person. Oh yeah, Rhonda, you're here. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I remember you explaining to me before about the Adam and Eve story. You emailed me or something about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that was the most that ever made sense to me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's not witchcraft. I mean, I know it's. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trying to infringe on anybody's beliefs. I'm all up in Mormonism's undergarments. Oh, oh wow. Oh yeah, I know. But I mean, it's like it reminds me of that movie, The Kraken. I think that's the name of it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Those old ladies, the witches or whatever, and they're like stirring the apple. The apple. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just never had to think about all these things on top of everything else. Not till late in life, I'm just like, I never was interested in religion. I was just like, it took this for me to even tackle it or to even go this way in the research, right? To just find more understanding. So it just doesn't, it don't add up for me. But anyways, enough about me. Was it the iPhone? Oh yeah, they own a stock in that too. I just thought about that too. I forget if I remembered what you said, girl, I would just say it. I don't remember anything. Ever. Y'all know that. I can remember things I've heard and all their crap, but it's never right away. I always have to circle back and find it, but it's a lot of information to keep up with. Hold on, I'm looking for phone number. I don't have it written down. It's in here. All right. Okay. So let me share this so y'all can see the phone number because I need to write it down. I need to type it in. So sorry. I suck at this. Trying, winging it still, always. Since 1978. Okay. Copy. All right. I'm going to go here. I'll put it in the chat. And then that way Donna and the mods will have it too. So what we'll do, I have it hooked up to the speaker, right? And so you'll call and it'll play through the speaker, through the mic, and then here we are. It's those other phones through the internet, they really are, they have a lot of delay in them too. So it can be tricky. Or if y'all want, you can, I'll get the link for to share and copy. And I'll put that in there too. And so if you want to come up, you can do that too. And you can share your scary or paranormal or just weird ass stories. Okay. Sage, right? I did burn. I don't know. I'm just spiritual. I don't really know. I'm just me. Hey, JLL. I love you too. It's so good to see you. Oh, let me put this in the chat. Happy Halloween. Okay. So this is it right here. And we're just winging this. I'm not a YouTuber. Just here. So if you want to, it would be nice to hear your stories. I mean, it would just be nice to hear your voices, right? I talk a lot and I don't ever hear y'all talk back. Okay, there's no fire. Well, good. There's no fires. Okay, that's always good. We actually got a little rain with the cold front that came through. I don't know how to deal with all that. We have bipolar weather. It goes one extreme to another. just like me. No middle ground. Yeah, call in. If you have my number, you can call in on that one. Let's see. If anybody wants to, if not, I mean, I get it. I get it. I gotta turn my notifications on. I always keep them off because I never get anything done. And I'm ADD, ADHD. Oh, okay. All right. KJ said, send me a link if you want to hear a Tennessee ghost story. Oh, I do. We do. All right. I gotta go to my phone sure has been slow lately. It shouldn't be like that. Okay. Do. Okay. Just copy. Where's it at? Oh, invite guest. Okay. Copy. And KJ. Paste, send, done. All right. That's weird. I just heard my phone go boop. Like, I wonder if, anyways, that's weird. My phone's not on or up or whatever. Where's the Gold Coast? Yeah, I'm brand new. Yeah, come up. Don't be scared. I don't have any candy for you though. And just know that. Maybe I don't have it up either. This is not my oh my gosh, I don't know how to operate it. Hold on. Just turn on. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know how to work the damn phone. Okay. It is on. Call in. Everybody call in. Right? I don't do Androids. Don't. I'm an Apple. I'm right there with Adam and Eve, right? and I've had the Mormon Pocket and Google too. And we all do. It's crazy. And I don't like being censored. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. You got me. All right. Just make sure your volume's turned down. Sit and Spin is about to come up. And just if you have it playing on in the background, it'll echo and drive you crazy. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Hey.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
How are you? Oh, you don't have your thing on. Okay.
No. It was unplugged earlier. I'm getting a new one. There's wires everywhere, and I can't be asked to plug it back
I
in.
love your accent.
Thank you. You're Northeast
welcome.
England.
Okay, I was
Durham.
gonna say you really have my in-laws, my ex-in-laws. I'm sorry, they're from Cambridge, Essex.
Yeah. That's about 5-6 hours away from me.
You sound like my ex-mother-in-law, actually. Well, like, Rosalind, is that you? Are you Sit and Spin?
I am.
All
The
right.
Sit and Spin.
Well, it's nice to
So,
have you.
thank you.
All right, so what you got for us?
Oh God, where do I start?
At the very beginning.
Right. Okay. In 1991, I got knocked over by a car.
Oh my God.
My right leg was torn off. There was no amputation surgery needed. My pelvis was snapped in half on a 45-degree angle. So I lost my sacrum, my right butt cheek, my right hip, my entire right leg. It was all gone. I died 3 times completely. I went asystole twice in the span of 30 hours. The first time, I remember nothing. But the second time was, all I can say is it was either a massive rush of DMT, I completely lost my mind, or shit hit the fan. I was watching it all go down. I watched them stop. Because I had no shockable rhythm. They had to bag and tag and go in with full CPR.
Oh my God.
So
I'm so sorry.
no, I
But
was
I'm glad
do
you're
it.
here.
I was walking around the operating room watching them all do it. I was
Oh.
watching. I can tell you who was in the room, what they
Mhm.
were doing, and
Yeah.
it's been 30 years, and I remember it like a fucking photograph. And
Mhm. Trauma. It
then I noticed they hacked off my hair. They cut off my
Mhm.
waist length natural blonde hair
Oh my
to
God.
chin length, and the rage I felt. I have
Mm.
never felt anything like it in my life. It
Were you
was
were you mad because
yeah,
you
my
live or
hair.
because you die?
No,
Oh, okay. Oh,
my
right.
hair. My hair.
Something that'll grow back and you're just
I was
yeah, I get it. I
and
get it.
I'm still there. I'm still walking around the operating room, and I just slammed my hands down on the instrument tray,
Mm,
sent the whole damn thing crashing to the floor,
wow.
and my surgeon, Mr. Cook, he stepped away from me and said, "Get back here, madam." I woke up 3 days later telling a joke.
Oh my God.
Oh, oh,
Wow. I mean,
I haven't finished yet.
well, I know, but damn. I mean, it's neat.
Mr.
It's neat.
Cook came to see me and he was like, "Yes, thank you for that.
Whew.
You're almost contaminated by my operating room." He said that to me 3
Oh,
days later.
oh my God.
Well, Now, I didn't understand the gravity of that for
Mm,
years. I didn't. I just thought crazy dream,
yeah.
crazy near death, dead dream.
Mhm.
The third time, I don't remember anything about that. Um, Nothing really happened for about a month, maybe a month and a half, and then I was on the children's ward after getting the skin grafting done,
Mm,
and I saw. I to this day I don't know if it was me,
mhm.
if it was the drugs,
Yeah,
or
combination.
it could have been anything. I mean, I was 11 years old. I I was still hello, Gian, and I was still in a very what the hell frame of mind,
Right.
and it was like moving static.
Oh, wow.
That's
I
all
can
I can.
picture that. I can picture it, you know?
It was like moving static,
Oh, yeah.
and I just watched it. I'm just watching it in bed,
Like, what
like
the hell?
nothing ever happened.
What is
Like
that? Yeah.
nothing is wrong. I'm just watching it.
Hmm.
My hair. I'm just following it up and down the children's ward, and then it was just not there anymore. It didn't fade. It didn't blink out of existence. It was just like it melted into the shadows. It just
Wow.
melted, and I was back
Mm.
at the other hospital because I was in 2 hospitals. This is when I went back to Dryburn. This is the recovery period. And
Mm.
one of the nurses from Shotley Bridge came to visit me, and she was asking me, "Ma'am, did you tuck the children in bed?" I'm like,
Oh
"No."
my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna
So
have to make Jason sit here with me.
the nurses thought it was my mum going around tucking children into bed
Oh my God.
until it continued after she left.
Okay.
So nothing happened. A couple of years go by, and
Mm.
I was changing my colostomy bag, and I something started flicking me. I what? I'm sorry. Like it just like flick, flick, flick. I'm like,
Oh, flicking or licking? Because I was like,
flicking
licking?
me.
I would freak out. I
Like
don't like them licking me.
just on my arm. It felt like the annoying little brother that you never really wanted
Yeah.
was just flicking me on the arm, like,
What the
and
hell?
I
You
just
got
went,
me hanging by my
"Why?"
seat right now.
You know, and I'm lying there. I had like a bag full of crap, actual crap, and I'm like, "Why are you doing this?"
Right.
And then it just stopped.
Okay.
Nothing happened. Years go by. By now, it's 1998, and me and my mum and dad were in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and I said something about the static man at Shotley Bridge,
Oh, shit.
and my mum's bread maker, it wasn't plugged in. It was at the back of the counter, and it got yanked off the bench, and
Okay.
it
I
went
got
to the
chills.
middle of the kitchen floor,
Uh-huh. Did she
and
get mad at you? Or did anybody get mad at you?
well,
I
yeah,
mean,
because like my mum was telling me to stop playing with the ghosties.
oh my
I'm
gosh.
not playing with the ghosties,
Right? What ghosties? What are you talking
and
about?
I'm like, it was probably the bench. The bench is probably wonky. It
Wow.
was some this. It was some that. I'm science. It's everything has got to have an explanation. It's got
Right?
to,
We tried to
right?
do that.
Like
Yeah.
it's logical. It's
Mhm.
illogical
Yeah.
to think otherwise. I can't think of
Oh,
one
so you don't
thing.
have an answer for this? Or what?
Like what answer do you have for a bread maker to be pulled off a bench and
Mm-mm.
thrown into the middle of the kitchen floor?
Or somebody licking you or somebody tucking all the kids in.
You know,
And the static and
and again,
we oh,
years go by, and now it's say what
mhm.
2004
Yeah. So, quite a few years.
is 2004,
8 years,
and
I think.
I start getting touched
Uh-uh.
like a
No.
hand, like
Nope.
ah, like a hand just randomly petting me on the shoulder,
Slap the shit
almost
out of him. That's what
almost as though it was going there, you know,
oh,
like that. Just
coddling or consoling or
no, just like a like a
aggravating you?
no, just a double pat on my shoulder.
Oh, no.
That's still happening to this day. I don't know. It happens at the random times. I've been using the bathroom, I've been asleep, I've
Oh
been
my
doing the
god.
dishes, cooking, drying my hair, and every so often I'll get this double pat on my shoulder out of
Mm-mm.
nowhere.
A pat on the back. Okay.
Yeah,
Atta
I
girl.
haven't. And
Oh my gosh.
then I get
Mm.
my own I got my own place in 2008, and this is when things are getting it's a lot more frequent and a lot less logical. Right. I
Yeah,
have
it's scary though. I mean, I'm gonna give you that. I mean, you're just like,
I
"What
have
the
two cats. Two
hell?"
cats.
Okay.
Um I went to bed, their dry food bowls were full.
Mhm.
There's only me in this house. I get up and every single dry cat food kernel, every single
Oh,
kernel is in their water dish. Every
they
single
don't
one of them.
you've had them for a long time. They don't this is something that they don't really do, right?
I
And
don't know any cat with enough patience to sit there and move one kernel after another
or
into
opposing
a
thumbs,
water
right?
dish.
They don't have it.
Why?
Yeah. Hmm. That's
Another thing
strange.
that's happened in here. I'm 4'10". I can't.
It's
There's
okay.
certain things I can't reach.
Hey, when things get to the perfect point, they stop growing, right?
Yeah. Uh,
Yes.
like I say, I live on my own. I have two
Mhm.
cats. Every single one of my medical items had been pulled down from the top of the bathroom cabinet and was just strewn across the bathroom floor.
So, I mean, do you get scared? Or you
No,
do
no,
people
no. I
intimidate
mean,
you? I'm
no.
just
I
curious.
just Why?
I don't know. I just
That
I
that's all
it's
that
something
goes
to
through.
touch you is it's a violation to like in my opinion, like from my experience. I've had what I think I don't know what it was, but it felt like it moved through me and it pissed me off. I was so pissed and felt violated, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
really.
I mean, the next day I was just like, what the, that's
See,
weird. Mm-mm.
I'm not afraid. I'm not angry. I don't know what it is. Um, like I
Hmm.
say, there's just been random things like that all throughout ever since I've lived here since 2008.
Hmm.
It's just random things that make no sense.
Yeah.
Then I got the silver colored steel screws in my fridge. I get those randomly.
Okay.
Silver colored buttons.
Silver.
s-
Silver is
or-
significant.
No, like plate, like silver colored, not
Oh,
real silver.
okay. Hmm.
I got a diamond ring. I don't know where that
You
came
go,
from.
girl. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a diamond
Your
ring.
ghost likes to
It's
romance you.
a small. I don't know if it was silver or if it's white gold, but it's in a
Wow.
jewelry box at my mum's for safekeeping.
Oh
The,
my
the
gosh.
the screws and the buttons are at my mum's house for
That
safekeeping.
is so bizarre.
Um,
This do you ever like how do you have cameras or anything up? Do you ever catch
I've
anything? Do you
tried
see
so many
anything?
times. I have tried, but then
Wow.
nothing ever happens. But my
Hmm.
mum, bless her, she got it in the neck one weekend. I felt kind of bad for. I was away. I was at a convention getting some signatures, autographs,
Mhm.
and my mum called me up on the Friday. It's
As
like,
long as you weren't
Jude,
preparing a
you
people
know,
or anything.
you know. She was like, Jude, are you keeping anybody illegally in your attic? Like,
What the hell? What kind of
why
question
would
is
I be
that?
hiding people in my attic?
Illegally.
Why? She's like,
Mm.
nothing, nothing. Call you tomorrow.
No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Radio. Saturday comes. She's like, I don't want to worry. It's like, okay,
That would've worried me. I'd have been like, "No." I'd have drove over
why?
there and been like,
You know,
"Hey, you gonna
what's
tell me?"
happening? What's going on? Are the cats all right? Oh,
Oh
the
my
cats are fine. I can just hear someone talking upstairs. I'm like, Ma'am, I live in a bungalow. There is no upstairs.
oh my gosh. Well, what is she seeing?
She saw nothing,
Well,
but
what the
she thought it was my electric, so she turned everything in the house off. The TV, my computer, the fridge, the cooker, the washer. She flipped the trick switch, and it
yeah.
kept on going. And the voices didn't stop
Hmm.
until she came on the Monday to meet me at the train station to pick me up. It didn't stop until
Mm.
the day I came home.
Wow.
Then a couple of nights ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, me and my partner we were raiding in a game, and I felt this. It was like a really slim line of fire just whip the the like that spot between your upper shoulder blade and your lower neck on the right,
Oh, yeah. I've had that
and
happen.
a scratch appeared.
Oh, no. I have not had I don't want that to happen.
And
Oh, no. No, no, no.
my partner watched the scratch come up, and as he was like, "What happens? Your skin's bright red." And I just was like, "What the hell?" And he had to take a screenshot so I could see this scratch. I
Yeah.
still have it. I still
Oh
have
my
the
god.
scratch, but I
That's
have no
worrisome.
idea what the hell this
Sage. You need
is.
some damn sage. You need to just
I
I don't
don't think
know.
Sage will do anything.
It's all I mean, I'm spiritual, I don't really know what to do, but I mean, I did oh my god, I've had some experiences, oh my god. I don't know what exists. I just know I can't explain some things. Obviously, a lot of us can't explain some things. We don't have the answers. But I mean, there were times when I'd feel and I mean, I had the shortest hallway, but I would feel as soon as I'd step foot into that hallway and go towards my bedroom, short little walk, I would feel something like just so, I mean, it made me want to jump out of my skin. I was like, oh my God, I don't like it. I didn't like it. And I told my grandfather, my Papa Vallo, Catholic, right? And so he brought over a bunch of rose petals,
Mm.
anyways, from I don't know, some relic, Saint Michael, something. And he blessed my house, right? And so we went over every door and every window, and I don't even know, I don't remember what he said, but it's something in that manner, where you just kind of,
Yeah.
it's like a, and I mean, as far as the metaphysical or world or whatever, I'm not an authority or anything, but you just kind of, you have to, like, with intention, tell it to leave, whatever it is. I mean, I'd give it a shot. I mean,
Oh, I've
you
tried
know,
that. I've
yeah.
tried the please leave, go to the light.
Mm,
You see a light anywhere, go towards it. Nothing. It just hasn't.
yeah. Well, I mean, but it's scratching you, so that's like, and the touching thing, um,
It's the
I don't know.
strangest sensation.
There's
It,
times where, when I've had, and I mean, I can't explain it. I don't know what happened. Kinda like, not like you, I didn't die, but my system was shocked.
yeah,
Just with learning of my Uncle Charles's murder.
I
It
can only
shocked me,
imagine.
and then he I'm telling you, it was like we found out July 12th. It was like the next damn day. Mom and Larry had left to go to Arizona to talk to the detective or whatever, and I mean, I didn't know what to do, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I wanna help him. I know that's him. I can hear him. He's saying, I just wanna tell you my side of the story. I just need to tell you there's 2 sides of the story. There's my side," just all that stuff,
Yeah,
and, um, I didn't know what to do. I felt helpless, and I just you don't know what to do, but you don't wanna turn away, so, I don't know. I just, "Okay, here I am," you know? He was in a panic, and it bothered me. And
I
I
can
don't know, he
only.
just kinda stuck around for a good solid 6 months. That was my buddy. I swear to God. I was like, "Okay, well, alright, we're doing this. We're doing this." And we
Thing,
did. Yeah, it's nuts. There's times that JJ showed up. He would come in, I swear,
I've
it
had
was
my Aunt
weird.
Maureen.
Oh.
My Aunt Maureen was what's known as a character.
Right?
She once hung a woman over a balcony by her ankles. So
She sounds like my kinda aunt.
yeah, I mean, I
Not
watched her drink a rugby team under the table.
right?
So, I
Wow.
mean, she was she was one of the lads, head to toe, one of the lads.
Mm.
And I had this strangest dream that she was in my wardrobe, and she's like, "I want that dress. Can I borrow that dress?" And I'm like, "You're dead." She's like, "I'm your
Oh,
auntie,"
shit.
you know. And she's like, "Aye, but I'm your auntie Maureen. I'll find a way." And
Oh, yeah, you have a ghost infestation.
and
Straight up.
I kid you not. I there was a noise.
Mhm. Oh, shit. Mm-mm.
The dress that she wanted was had been taken off the coat hanger. It was a strapless one where you have to hang, where you have to wrap
You have to
the
clip it.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So that wasn't gonna fall out by itself.
Right.
My
No.
cats
And not while she's asking for it
don't have
too.
opposable thumbs.
Right. They do move their dry cat food into they want it wet. They want wet cat food,
Mm,
by the way.
yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. So
yeah.
you sounds like I mean, did you have any of these experiences before your near death experience? I mean,
Not not
before you died?
My mum talks of one incident, but one incident isn't enough to go on.
Right.
But
Well,
apparently, I
yeah,
was trying to give things to a ghostie when I was about 3, but I have no recollection about this.
right. Yeah, that's
Uh,
neat.
but I
That's
have
very
no recollection. But most everything has been since 1991, since
huh,
I was revived that second time.
wow. Well, I'm glad you're here. I
So
mean,
am I.
that's the moral of the story. Thank you for being here to tell us this.
And thank you for listening,
Neat.
because
I'm
it
gonna have to listen to it again, and then I'll have to that's how I do. I have to, like, Oh my God. For it to really
You're
sink
more than
in.
welcome to. And
Yeah.
if anything else happens, I will let you know.
Yeah. I
But
mean, it's interesting. We don't know. We don't know. And
it's just the lack of logic in
yeah,
what
I know.
happens. Like,
I know.
why the cat's dry food? Why put
Why
two
the rings?
bowlfuls of dry
Why
cat
the
food
jewelry?
into a single water dish?
Yeah. Or just why the little things? Why the petty things? Why tapping on your shoulder? Why scratch you? Why are all these things why do these things happen? And we have no explanation for them. We can only just share them
Yeah.
and not carry it alone. I mean, it's as long as you're okay and
Oh,
you're safe
oh
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
sound
There's
and
there's nothing
yeah.
evil in here. Half the time I think
Yeah.
it's just bored.
Yeah, that too, right? Imagination. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
because
see that too.
you know, I wonder, is it me?
Mhm.
But then my mum has experienced something. My housemate refuses to have anything to do with it. He will he will stop talking, turn around, and walk away.
So he senses it too then. There you
Yes,
go. There's your see, Jason
he
was he
he
was a
just
lot of
doesn't
my
acknowledge it.
oh, yeah. Without Jason being here with the things that happen, I mean, there's no way
Yeah,
I w
you'd think
I
you were
was like,
going
"Jason,
nuts.
I'm not going crazy. I swear I'm not going crazy, and I'm not Julie
Yeah,
Damrow, and I'm not all these people, and I'm not
nor
I don't know what this
nor
is.
am
But
I.
I do know what I'm experiencing. I do know
Yeah,
what I hear, feel, see. I'm not crazy."
yeah.
And it's
My
just
my cat's behavior, that's another dead tell. Is one of them sometimes begs at dinner, and the other one asks for
mm.
belly rubs.
Oh, wow.
She goes to the
Yeah.
same corner time after time, purrs, rolls over, and she makes biscuits.
Hmm.
Same
And
corner.
so they have those sense, they sense
Mm,
things. Yeah. I'm telling you, sometimes Jason, he'll be right next to me and he'll be like, "Oh my God, one time." And I'm like, "Uh-uh." And I'll sit like right really close to him. And it's just the initial like, just
yeah,
listening to
yeah,
things that I
I
don't
get
know
that.
where it's going.
Yeah,
And it's not exciting. Well, it is. It's exciting. And it's just kind of like, you know. Um, and I swear I don't I probably would have fell out many times had Jason not been right here. 'Cause, I mean, there's things you just can't explain. And I'm like,
yeah.
"JJ just came in
You
here.
you
It's like
question yourself, don't you?
11:05."
You question your sanity. You
Big time.
question
I'm
your
like,
eyesight.
"Why?
Like,
Why?" Or the time I was in my shop and JJ came in there out of nowhere. And this is like 2 o'clock in the morning 'cause I'm crazy like that. I need to live over there in England. And, and and he comes in and just in a I don't see him. I don't see the things. I don't see the spirits. I don't know. I feel them, hear them, everything else. I just back whenever my stepdad died, it's like, he appeared to me, but I thought, I mean, it was a dream, right? I was pregnant
mhm,
and I looked up and he was like, "Take care of your mom. I'm here with my mom." And there was a lady standing next to him. I didn't know what her face, like I couldn't see her face. There was obviously a face. She was shorter than him
mhm.
and she had that old lady hair. And I didn't know who she was, and I didn't stick around either. I was like I hit my husband, I was like, "Wake up, let's go now." And so we went home because, my stepdad had just died that day. And anyways, and that happened, and I was like, no, 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 no." And so we go to his funeral, and there's pictures, collages and of pictures and stuff, and I'd be damned if I didn't see his mom, and I was just like, I'd never met her. She had died before I came around, and so I was just like, "Oh, hell no. No, no, no." But I did watch my mom, and then she met Larry, and then I was like, "Oh, thank God." Like, I can relax now.
Yeah,
And it's just, so that was the initial, and so I just kinda I don't know. I don't know what to do, but I was just like, "Don't ever appear to me." I mean, I'm just like, "Whatever, don't appear to me because I will be on the other side with you." Like that, because I will die if you appear. And it's just not so I don't know if they just if they have to follow that rule or
I
your laws, whatever they're called, all the laws.
you'll have to
And
excuse me. I have to take my meds now. Just
uh,
hold on.
all right. um. Anyway, this is just nuts. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are unexplained.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has the answers. We're just here. um, and it's interesting to me. It intrigues me. I'm very spiritual. I'm an empath. I feel I
Yeah.
can it's like I'm there. Like when you tell me the story, I'm there. I can picture it and
See,
empathize.
I'm not an empath. I'm just an ordinary person.
Sit and spin.
There's nothing special about me. I'm not I'm your average Jane.
Aren't we
And
all?
I mean, what? Why me? There are far more interesting people to go and
Eh,
monitor. You
I
know.
just don't think we have that choice, though. That's just it. It's obviously you, and
Oh,
one day you'll have to come to terms with that.
yeah.
I mean, just it,
They
it's
catch me meowing at thin air again.
oh yay, hi.
Yeah,
When
yeah, she's doing it now.
I went to detective's daughter. This one right here. I went to her
Mhm.
house whenever I went to Boise, and I met her husband, and holy crap. I mean, I was just like, it's like electrical, okay? It was just electrical stuff happening. And I was so overwhelmed just by the overwhelming
Yeah.
rush of feelings and sensory overload, but it was just exhilarating. It was just like, what? It
Oh
was
yes.
electrifying. And I think he showed me his phone, and I don't know, or vice versa. Either way, there was a freaking little lightning bolt, and I was like, "Holy shit, what the hell?" It was nuts. And then he brought out his
My God.
grandfather's watch that he had, and I think it was his grandfather that he had in a plastic bag that was sealed, right? And I mean, he was showing me all kinds of relics. He's a very chatty dude, and the watch starts working, and I mean, I videoed it. I was like, "Oh, hell
Oh,
no.
that's
This is
fantastic.
crazy." He didn't take it out
Yeah.
the bag, you know? I don't know how that works. I don't know what kind of watch it is. I don't know all that stuff, but and it was going fast. It was like I'll have to show
Yeah.
y'all one
Like
day because I do have the
spinning.
video. Yeah, sitting and spinning. Right? I
Yeah.
was like this. I was like,
I wheelie
"Boo."
every day.
That was nuts. It was it's neat. And so when you are around different people or some I don't know how that works. Or Idaho has a damn open portal. I can tell you that much. Oh, I don't know what's going on. But maybe because all the juju they do over there. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, have you ever messed with things like that, like Ouija boards or
I've tried a spirit box in here.
yeah,
I
I've
just
tried them.
like a dictaphone voice recorder. I did that. There was some strange noises that I
Yeah.
never heard.
Huh. It's interesting though.
Like
Whenever I
it,
went to the property where the kids were unearthed, and I mean, I just have like a little 4 minute, 17-second video, or it's audio.
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if it's always because I was just so close, so attached, so involved that I just really could only hear just a few things. And one of the things that I perceive it to say is Jesus don't abuse. That was one of the things. And I was like, "No, they don't." And yeah. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
I'm a researcher. I didn't know where the kids were. I was just like, I couldn't physically go because I mean, I was ready. I was gearing up to go to freaking Yellowstone and search for the kids, right? Whatever you gotta do.
That
But
must I can't imagine what
it's
must have been
nuts.
going through any of your family's minds. I really can't. It
It's nuts.
must have been the most confusing
It's out enraged.
time.
Um, Frantic is a very good word for me. Fast. Don't remember
Frantic.
a lot of things
Uh,
for like at least a year. I don't remember a lot
Yes.
of things in that year. um, yeah, it's trauma. It's
Yes.
traumatizing, and yeah, and I
My
mean,
two
there was
family
already.
members.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I had two family members that were able to get to where my accident happened. They they saw that
Yeah.
on the road.
Oh,
Me. Um. They. There were so many times when they would just look at me and they would just go into this strange space, and they would just sit and stare with this expression that I can't describe.
who was this again? Uh,
Two of my family members.
hmm,
My granddad was the first there, then my auntie Maureen,
huh. I mean,
because
with concern.
they had to keep me talking.
Hmm. I'm trying to figure it out. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm like,
And
I'm
they would
sitting here
just
and you're making
stare
my
at
wheels
me,
spin.
you know,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was absolutely, it must have been horrendous for them. It must have been.
I don't know. It was kind of like when I had that stare exchange with Lori in the courtroom. And then she
Mm.
wanted to be excused.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like, I don't know if she saw something in me. Because I mean, it was a blank stare, which is weird. I don't usually do things like that. But it's like I don't know. It was so weird. It was weird. And it didn't
what
dawn on me
what
until
Laurie saw was her own
mhm,
actions being
reflection.
reflected in
Mhm.
someone's eyes. The
And it
thing
spooked the
is,
shit out of her is what I
you
think.
have similarities to your Uncle Charles,
Mhm,
look-wise. So
mhm.
when she was looking at you,
And JJ. Yeah,
seeing
sometimes
that blank stare of condemnation,
looking through her. I mean, I was just
yeah,
past her.
what she was seeing with was the condemnation on the faces of the very people she killed.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
That
I mean, I'm not full of myself, but it's just that's the only logic there is for me,
yeah,
and then I
but
left
it
because I
wouldn't
couldn't.
surprise me if your Uncle Charles was there looking through you.
Yeah,
It wouldn't.
yeah,
It
I'm
wouldn't.
right there. I got chills on my freaking lips. That's weird. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It's something, it's just like something. Whatever it was,
Yeah,
she was spooked after that and or tired. I don't know. Maybe she was tired
yeah,
and she didn't want to see all the autopsy pictures. I know I didn't, and that's why I left. And then I went to meet my mom at their little condo, and then helped her bring some groceries in. And then she got a phone call, and she's like, "Oh hell!" She's like, "Lori, there's some shit going down." And I was like, "Oh god, maybe she's pleading guilty." And I'm like, "Don't go, mom, don't go. It's a
no
trap.
such luck.
Don't go in
She
there."
she's in too much denial.
Oh god, she's too
She's too
proud.
far gone.
Too proud. Way too
Oh
proud.
yeah,
Pride is a biatch. That was a big thing just for me to watch go down. I mean, I
I
just was
can
like,
imagine.
"How are you doing? Talk. Say something. You're just sitting here doing, whatever the hell she was doing at the
She
time."
she couldn't say anything
She's too
because
prideful
no,
and she's a
it
narcissist.
wasn't even that. She's basically painted
Control.
herself into a corner because if she speaks,
Mhm.
and most of the people in that courtroom weren't one of her brainwashed zombies.
Exactly. Her
They
yes
weren't.
men.
If she had started speaking,
Mhm,
the prosecutor could have easily and
mhm,
logically used reality
mhm.
to disabuse her of any notion she had.
Well,
Now, right,
not if you're
and
on the same team though. I mean, that's where I'm like, how do they do if
she
they're
can't risk
both in the same
her
religion.
delusion being challenged.
Right. Right. Um, she thinks what she's done is done in righteousness,
Yes.
and that's probably the safest place for her to stay here.
I don't just mean that. I'm on about the people who believe her and believe in her.
Yeah.
If she openly admits that all of it was bullshit,
Right.
she's lost whatever power she's got over those. All her reasonings are selfish, self-centered, and completely delusional.
Loathing.
She
Yeah.
she can't risk that delusion being challenged by anyone or anything, so she has to stay quiet.
It would rock. Yeah, it would rock. I mean, like her entire
It will rot.
core belief. It needs to. It needs
It
to.
will rot, but it'll do it slowly. It won't be loud. It'll be silent. It'll be this
The
quiet little
passive
niggle.
aggressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it'll be this
little
quiet little gnawing
oh.
at the back of her mind over and over and over for the rest of her life as the reality of prison slowly chips away at her. I can get out. I have a portal mentality.
Uh-huh. It seems like what she's done her entire life was escape
Yes,
through the scriptures, through
yeah.
whatever. Her
But she can't do that in prison because there's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. Your mind,
No,
that is the worst for me. And I didn't even do that. And I'm just like, the worst thing you can do
she
is
did
leave me
see
in my
slavery,
head. Oh, don't leave me in my head. Mm,
so
that is
yeah,
prison to me. For a lot of us, I think that is, don't leave me alone with my damn thoughts. Not too long because,
yeah.
it depends on what's going on. But
And
in Chad, he just seems so damn brain
safest place
dead.
for her to be in prison will be solitary, and solitary is not a walk in the park.
It would be probably the safest for others too, I would say.
Yes,
I see her like being a Susan Smith or
no,
something.
no remorse at all. If she had remorse, she would be thinking about someone other than herself,
Right. How
and that
about
is
how about these
impossible for
new
Laurie.
second comers, the latest second comers, Blaze, um,
Although,
Ruby and Jody's kids. These things are still happening. She could put a
because
stop
it's
to
systemic, it's systemic.
it.
The You've heard of mass
Easily.
hysteria, yes?
Yes.
A shared delusion.
Oh, amen. All the
Now,
way.
when
Mhm.
people are so unfulfilled, so empty, their lives have got nothing when all they've done is have children and
Mhm.
paint a picture of a perfect life. They are empty, they've got nothing.
Yeah, they're yeah, depraved. It's emotional
They
bankruptcy.
they need to hear that they are special.
Moral. I mean, moral
Th-
bankruptcy.
They have been the good religious person all their lives. Where
Mhm.
is their reward?
They don't know. Yeah, it's like they don't know.
They
They
need to be told how special they are.
they need
So,
the perfect kids, the perfect husband, the perfect life, the perfect wife, and all
yeah,
that to fulfill the whatever
yeah.
they perceive. I
I'm
think
the
is
chosen
self-love.
one. I'm right. I've done all.
Mm,
Look, I
mhm.
I've been this good little Mary Sue forever and ever and ever, and now I get my reward because
Right.
someone has said, "You're the chosen one."
Yeah. And
You
that
know,
to me is so
and they want
dangerous.
to believe it, so
And
they
here
cling
you
on onto this belief,
Mhm. And we're
like
seeing a
it's
product of this
yeah,
every day. And I mean,
and
it's like they're making
it's
narcissists
complete emptiness.
or
That's all.
psychopaths.
All they've got
Yeah.
is a picture.
Yeah. And
They
trying
have
to obtain the
yeah,
worth.
yeah.
It's so sad. It makes
But
me
they,
sad. It really does. I'm just
because
like, "Oh my god."
you know they've spent all this time saying that's evil, that's satanic. Pokemon is satanic, you know, and
Mhm.
they they've basically left themselves with such a limited
Mhm. For
like
humanity. Yeah,
you
they
know
have no insight. I'm like, "You're gonna
there's
have to do,
nothing
like, 10 more
fulfilling.
lifetimes." You
There's
know?
nothing fulfilling for them. There's nothing
Uh-uh.
fulfilling to them.
Right. That it's
uh,
robbed. And
they
so
can't
in a
thrive in
way
that environment.
that puts Lori as a victim, Chad. I mean, that's how I do see this. where they are. I'm not just them, but all these people that because they're born into it,
Mm-hmm.
they don't
Yes.
know any other way,
No. No. Because
and
it's
it just
because
it feeds it.
it's a circle.
It's a freaking petri dish.
It was never going to end well. Ju-
No, no, it's
Just like
not.
Taliban isn't going to end well.
Yes, no,
Every
right.
other theocracy in the world, from North Korea to the Russian Orthodox, it is
Yeah,
not going to end well.
no power. That power thing,
Hmm.
pride, power.
And
Ugh, it's so gross. It's so
yeah,
it's scary too. I mean, it's intimidating. It's like, you know,
100% Moonlight View, who is the
uh,
most LDS. And the thing is, not a single one of them can speak out against it, because if they do speak out against it,
you get
then
mobbed
yeah,
or
then
or shunned,
everyone will treat them the way they themselves have treated others
right? And
for
to
speaking out
them,
against it,
I
and they're
mean, yeah,
afraid.
right there with General Conference, just this latest General Conference. I'm not LDS, but because I deal with it and I'm learning,
Mhm.
it's just like to get into their head and just picture Mormonism as I look at it as one power structure. And it's like I get into its head and I just want to know what it's thinking, how it's going to move, where it's going, and I'm
Yeah,
watching it. And because it's like my eyes are affixed to it
down a
and I
sinkhole.
can't
That's where it's
back
going.
down.
It will crumble under its own weight,
Right. Just,
as
yeah.
all empires do.
It
They
has
all
already just since I've
fall. They
joined
just
in.
don't know it yet.
They are their own. Yeah. They get cocky, just like Lori and Chad.
Yeah, the
Bold.
the biggest weapon to use against them, we're we're talking on it right now, the internet.
I
They
know. I
they
know.
they can't withhold information and education
No.
forever. And
No.
slowly those kids trapped in that environment, they're going to read something, see something about the outside world, and they're going to reach out, and they're going to escape. A lot of
It
those
makes
kids are
me
going to get out.
somebody asked me if I thought that maybe, uh, R and E, Ruby's kids
Yeah,
like, do you wonder if maybe they saw JJ and Tylee's stories? Or I don't know. But
quite
you're like, "Oh, I
possibly.
don't know. I
There's
never
every
thought about that."
possibility.
Well, I mean, if she's accusing her son of looking at P at 3,
Which we all know as bollocks.
thank you. She'd had to, put in the passcode and put it in front of him. I'm just saying. No
People
damn
like that
logic.
blame everyone but themselves.
No, they're so full of shit. It's so nuts.
No good little Mormon mother would ever do anything wrong by their
No.
children.
No. I mean, no.
You know,
No. I mean, yeah, I've
Uh,
been like, I'm gonna when I
you
catch
know,
you, I'm gonna kick your butt. I mean,
and
just you say
all
things,
those
but I
good
don't mean them
Catholic
to you.
priests would never touch a child. Would never abuse children.
Who?
You know, all the good Catholic priests.
Or anybody
You know,
good.
yeah.
Even in this, in the LDS side of it, it's
Uh
the
huh.
bishops. It
It
just
will
is
be
so
systemic.
rampant. It's
Yeah.
rampant
Yeah.
and it's
But
gross.
don't talk about it. Can't talk about it because then
It
nothing is
don't
perfect,
exist.
and it has to be perfect because they all need their little
Yeah.
golden ticket.
Just like, yeah, I've said that about the Cox family, how they just sweep it under the rug. And I'm like, by the time here we are, and I was in Boise, and I was like, here we are, and there's the mountains back there. That's the rug, and that's the shit
Uh
they
huh.
keep sweeping under it. It is so big
Yeah.
you can't move it now because it is a mountain of bullshit, of undoing. And so
Yeah.
I'm proud of Megan Connor, for doing
Oh,
the
100%.
the leaps and bounds that she has. I mean, I told Summer that in the courtroom, I was like, I think it's a second anointing for sure. She was like, "Oh, and I can see how you get there." And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to battle it. I'm not trying to debate it. I was just like, I just wanted to let you know." And I dropped it right there. I don't, I know. I already know. I know what I've done. I know where I've been. I know what I do, what I
100%.
research. I might not be able to articulate it and recite it. It's very messy. it's very messy. It's nonsensical. I don't think it's meant to make sense. So, that's an unrealistic goal. um, to be able to speak to it. I wasn't in Mormonism my whole life. Thank God, or thank my mama. And I, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just nice to. I don't know why I went the way that I did. I don't know why. This is where I focused. I wanted to know where their beliefs differed from. I wanted to know what made them a cult.
You see the
Like
flaws.
that's exactly where it is. I see the source. I see the source,
Yes. You
and
see
the
the
source
source of
is
the problem.
the source would be a Ballard, in my opinion. In my opinion.
The source is all of them, only they don't realize it.
Oh, I don't know. I really
He,
think they
he's just
know.
telling them what they want to hear.
Oh no, that's Tim. I'm talking about, well, he's not related to Elder Ballard. And I'm being sarcastic
Mm.
because bullshit. That's where it goes. And so, y'all, I got to tell you, when I talked to the guy, um, Goel, the one that's doing all the Hamblin stuff and just kind of bringing it to life. It's horrible, horrible reports. These girls, I feel bad for them that this has happened to them. Um, and so whenever I talked to him, he was like, "Oh, I forget where I was going with that." Oh, it's there's a lot. It's like a network or whatever, and this is how he explains it. It's not really how I see it, but I mean, he's this is his research that I lean on and I'm checking out because as he's bringing it to life, I'm like, oh my God, you're making these connections for me to source. And
Mm-hmm.
source is Ballard's grandfather and the Jesus movie, the $20 million, Gordon Bowen or whatever, $20 million Jesus movie that's never come to be. I feel like it's come to be, but it's maybe on the dark web or whatever the hell
Quite
they do with
possibly.
it. And it's sick.
I wouldn't put anything past them. I wouldn't
Nope.
put anything past them.
No. And so I'm dealing with some freaking, um, they're very
Dark
bad people.
places.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't fight fair. And they're psychopaths.
Yeah.
Um,
Any person in such a high level of power, be it
mhm.
politician, multinational
A
CEO,
judge. I mean, just
lawyer, that the high, super high paid lawyers,
it's so
they are
scary.
all of them have some degree of sociopathy and
Mhm.
psychopathy. All of them.
Right. Even a politician, they have to have some kind of
Yes.
narcissism in there,
Oh
to
yes,
be able to do it,
100%.
to be able to shine like they do. It takes that kind of personality or whatever, whatever, just I don't want to choose like the lesser of two evils, if that makes sense. I'm just like,
I get it.
I don't want nothing to do with it. Yeah,
I get it.
it's crazy. Okay. Let me see. Little brands go up and grab the StreamYard link. Okay, I'll put it in again. Little brands. Hold
Right.
on just 1 second. Okay,
I
go
will
ahead.
hang up now and give
Go
someone else a chance
go.
because
I
we've
did
talked for a
too.
long time,
I
so
know. I
I don't
feel
want to
so
take up
bad.
all of your time.
But it was interesting though. And
Yes, it was really nice to talk to you. Very,
ah,
very much so.
it's so healing. And I mean, it's so interesting to hear your story too. I'm glad you're here. Just know
Thank you.
that. You're here for a reason. Just know that too. Whether you
I just
figure
wish
it
I
out or
knew what
not,
it was.
you'll figure it out in due time.
Well, I hope it's,
I
before
mean,
I'm 80 years old in a care home and got no
yeah.
teeth.
Right? It's so nice to meet you. It really
It
is.
was very nice to meet you too. And I will see you later. Bye,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone.
Bye. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, yeah. Everybody saying thank you. Come on, little brands, get your ass up here. I'm sorry I took so long. That's me. I don't know. I'm not good with the call-in show. uh oh, is she calling or oh, somebody's calling from California. From California. Oh, I gotta learn how to answer this. Okay, yeah, I'm trying. I still gotta flip things up. Hello? Oh wait. I gotta put it back on the speaker. It disconnected from the speaker. Hold on. Let me try this again. And I'm not fast, obviously. Ah. Oh wait, hold on.
Battery 90%. Connected to.
Okay, there it goes. Oh no. Not yet. I'm so sorry. Why is it not working? No. I gotta get it to connect to the speaker.
Short called SB55 disconnected.
Oh my gosh. I hate Androids.
Connected to BLESSED and
It looks like Krisha.
Uh-huh.
It looks like that Little Brands is trying to come in. It says device in the look backstage for a minute.
That's it. Okay. Who do we have on the phone right now?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. How's your day going?
It's stellar. It's just stellar. Yeah, that's okay.
Anyways, I don't know if you recognize my voice, but I think I talked to you a couple months ago.
Okay. So you're the one that called the last time, and I don't remember your name from then.
I'm usually a Aguilar.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh
Hey,
Lord, my
yeah.
memory sucks.
So basically I'm really usually like I don't celebrate Halloween or anything, but I do have like a story that like was pretty weird. So there's two and it's pretty quick. So the first one, I used to live at a place and there was a guy that I don't know what he was into, but he had tinfoil.
Oh, hell.
Instead of curtains, he had tinfoil on his windows.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, no, it gets better. So apparently he was preparing for aliens to come. I'm like, what? I was like, okay. And then one time he thought that my mother was a Russian spy.
A what? A mushroom what?
A spy. A spy.
Oh, a Russian spy. I was like, a mushroom? Oh, wow. What the? So.
Yeah, no, it gets better. It gets
Oh,
better.
God.
So one day my mom went outside and he was in the garage. He usually did a lot of weird stuff in the garage. And then my mom saw a bucket of something really red and weird. And he looked at her and she thought he said like Jesus was coming. And so what happened was that after it turns out he chopped his finger off in the garage.
Oh my God.
What? And I now low-key now realize I probably heard it.
So,
and I'm like, I have to live with this guy, by the way. It's just,
so he's right there in your neighborhood, right? So you're always like, what the hell is the weird guy doing?
What's even worse, I was living in the back of the house. He was living in the front of the house. And I'm like, I have to see him. And it was, I even had a nickname for him. But
what is it? We won't tell.
Ladonia.
Ladonia?
Because he was like very, I don't know, he was just very mean. His silence would worry me the most.
Oh no, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
And then the other story was that I was supposed to do a speech class for my communications class. And I don't know what was the topic, but I think it was actually on true crime.
Oh shit.
So what happened, oh no, it gets more insane. So what happened was that there was this famous like clown, serial killer guy. And my teacher was actually from around that area. And then apparently there was a location that my classmate mentioned. And she's like, wait a minute, is it in this place? And my classmate said, yes. She's like, oh my God, I think that guy was my neighbor. And I was like, wait,
Oh,
no.
hell no.
So like years later in a different state.
No, stop.
She found out that a very famous, like, you know, like serial killer guy was actually her neighbor. And I was like, what? And she actually dated it was like insane. And then when I realized that, I was like, okay, this is crazy. And then the third one, which was the one I discovered. So I had a friend. She was telling me that for some reason she was you know, they were raised Catholic all their lives. And you know, she's also, you know, seen different forms of Christianity.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened? No,
What happened was
get ready. So
sit down, y'all.
yeah, so I don't know if anyone remembers some of my comments about a certain person. I can't say that much, so I'm just gonna use the emphasis my friend, okay?
Okay.
You know, so my friend,
Wink,
turns
wink.
out that this guy who was supposedly a friend of theirs, it turns out that there was some stuff that she was noticing that she did not like at all.
Okay.
And you know, she kind of just went along with it because she thought, and remember, she was like in a very vulnerable place. This was like during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so it was like she was super vulnerable mentally. And so this person, you know, she really just trusted this person. Turns out that little by little, she noticed that she wasn't allowed to get this. She wasn't allowed eat certain food anymore.
A what?
Yeah.
No, I hear.
certain fruit. Yeah. For example,
certain
syrup.
fruit.
Oh, what happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just, you kind of, the wind. I could hear the wind.
So, for example, she wasn't allowed to eat a lot of stuff. And then the worst part of it all is that she wasn't allowed to sleep on a bed.
Okay.
And then the guy, like me, my friend, like very miserable. She wasn't allowed to celebrate her birthday. She wasn't allowed to think. Like if she thought of something bad about him, she would get in trouble.
Well, how would he know? How would he know?
How would he know? Good question. I don't know. But that's what
Head
I know.
games.
So then one day she discovers some photos. And she decides to click on it.
Oh,
Thank
hell.
God for Google.
There's no turning back from that.
Oh my God. It turns out that
Oh,
the
shit.
child that supposedly he said it was his, it turns out was an Instagram model child.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, no. So he lied to my friend.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Talk about, no, it gets more. My friend was forced to go to different places. Like, for example, when she was on space, she had to leave right away.
Hold on, it's doing the robot thing. Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the heck was going on, but then he was saying a bunch of lies and a bunch of things, like a bunch of BS that he was saying.
Usually.
And so he was using they were using our faith against us. And I was like, oh my God. And then it turns out like
Manipulator.
This guy had a weird, I don't know, I feel like a fetish with independence or something, even though
And probably some little children. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm not opinion, but he loves like control. And I'm sorry, isn't independence about, choices in life? And yet she didn't, my friend didn't have a choice. So this guy was a freaking monster. So I was looking up, like, your research helped me a lot. Like what you're doing,
it's crazy.
Your some of the symptoms, like about like cult. I'm like, oh my God. Some of this is sounding too familiar.
I don't do the bite model
then-
crap. I don't really get it because I'm just like, I don't get it. I do, but I don't. I'm glad it helps.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad. That makes me feel better.
No, you did. No, you did. Like you.
It gets worse. I'm like you. Hold on. It's getting worse. It's where. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it is. It was so like it was so bad. Like I was super scared because I was scared of like my friend was scared to faint. Like my friend was scared to faint, and it was like
Manipulated.
It was super scary.
Manipulation and brainwashing and
Yes, a lot of
all that
brainwashing.
stuff.
A lot of brainwashing. And
Right.
the worst part, like, no, that's like, I mean, this story gets worse. I could literally write a book about it, which I will somehow. I don't know how, but I will. So
Yeah, little Brands is about to come up. She's been backstage and then she popped away. I'm like, so I've been like, hey.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, there's okay, and I'm bringing little
Full
Brands
signal.
up
It's
too.
my signal. But yeah, seriously, I was very surprised, and so a lot of the research, you know, that you were doing, and also just having like a space to open up. I mean, here's the thing: the narcissism I saw with Lore, like Lore,
Lore.
I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of God in a way. And I'm just like, it's all about him.
That's
all about him.
Okay.
So
There's a whole church of them. Okay. And then more churches. And then
yeah, no,
it's bad.
and it was so weird. It was so weird because I was so mad. Like when I first heard about this case, I never thought I would ever see like a similarity. I'm like, good Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
No.
I think that's what we're all doing. I think that's what we do. I think that's what draws us together. And we're just like, it's different situations and different, you know, we don't know each other, but I mean, it's human behavior, I think.
It is. And then like a lot of people were coming out. And so I was looking at, you know, spiritual, you know, what is spiritual abuse? And then I realized that my friend was a victim of spiritual abuse. I'm like, this is it. There is no other way. Using your faith against you to do stuff that you wouldn't normally do.
Right. And then you give them you submit, you're submissive of your power, of your, they control you. You let them, you know.
Yeah,
we do.
You know, oh, so sorry. It's just my signal. But you know Horror Nights, right? From Universal. Here's the thing. I didn't need to go. It felt like Horror Nights every day. It was horrible.
It's like a robot.
You felt like a child robot in the way that you weren't allowed to, like, so much pressure.
Oh yeah. The cult of your parents. That's the first thing. I've learned that along the way.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. You're here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like trying not to talk. I'm like, I don't want to say anything. I'm really unsure. Hi.
It was so good talking to you.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy though.
I agree though with everything that you're saying.
A couple weeks ago, and so, and I managed to see, and I actually showed my friend, Lord Forrest's testimony. I knew she was gonna talk. By the way, be ready. I feel like she will talk. She wants that last hurrah.
She wants the last.
If she performs something, don't be surprised.
I'm not. Nothing surprises me. Zombies. Okay. I was done with surprises with zombies. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
She'll never shut up. You know that. She'll never shut up. She will talk forever. She will talk as long as anyone lets her talk. She will talk.
Hey, Aguilar, because we both talk. We talkers.
Okay, so sorry. It's just
No.
So sorry. It's just my phone. I apologize to everyone. It's just my phone is weird. So.
You're right. It's all the electrical.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I thought I was looking at at her lawyers. I'm like, okay, maybe in their facial expression, they're like, maybe we complete insanity. I'm like, well,
yeah, no, she ain't crazy.
No.
She ain't crazy.
She ain't crazy.
She was made to look crazy.
She was calculated in every single step that she took and everything that she has done since.
It was all
She
intentional.
is absolutely, absolutely.
I believe
Wants
that
to save herself from that pillowcase full of soap. I'm telling you.
the locks. It was locks in the socks.
Oh,
Right?
amen, amen.
God.
There is not enough muscle and joint cream for that, my sister.
No, no. Thank you, by the way.
For the
Thank
for
you.
the
I
I
thought
was
you.
surprised she actually said my good friend Tammy. I'm like, with friends like you, who wants enemies?
Well, it's
Like,
eternal
she
friend.
didn't even a friend does what she did.
They're wife-in-laws.
That was sick.
Spiritually,
So sick.
straight up. That's what she meant by that. They are sealed together. To that piece, to that freaking that what somebody said the other day in the court TV, whatever the hell they just did, verdict, victim to verdict, and in the chat in there, and somebody called him a freaking toe. I was like, I'm gonna borrow that because that I haven't heard that one yet, and he does look like a toe. I always said a thumb, but a toe sounds much better, like a Barney Rubble toe.
They can switch toes with thumbs. I've seen that before. That looks interesting.
Can you picture him with like trying to use like a dog or not a dog? Then let me not do that to the damn dogs.
Poor dogs.
And I just feel like literally just know who this person really is. The fact that what hurt her the most was that literally her own lawyers like threw the judge under the bus. And
that was very weak.
Because she realized, like, oh, you downgraded from him, and it was, I just hope that, they this is done.
Okay, I get a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
What the hell? You hear? Y'all hear it? I hear myself talking back through here, and I'm not.
I actually have to go, but
there it went.
hopefully my story didn't traumatize
Oh,
too
no.
much. But because
No.
the real
We just
hopefully
hear.
my story didn't traumatize too much, but
No.
yeah, pretty weird.
We're making it through it
one
together.
day it'll be a buck though.
Right? My phone does have a ghost. Damn it, y'all done contaminated my damn machines. More. I'm just picking. It's just a joke. That's somebody made a comment. her phone has a ghost. Sit and spin probably left it. Girl, come get your shit. Just picking. Girl, it was good to talk to you. Okay. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a xylophone. Okay. Okay, so the call ended. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for that. One day.
I'm just trying to be off mute now. I just muted myself. Did that help?
Yeah. Oh my god, my freaking Phil, and I hear myself talking back.
It may be just, I don't know. It's because Mac is trying to talk to an Android. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Are you okay?
I can hear myself. I'm gonna back out and I'm coming back in. You'll be here for a second by yourself.
I'm always by myself for a second, if you really think about it. It could be just me. I'm not sure.
Well,
hello. By yourself? Are you by yourself or are you with me?
No, because I hear me talking back. I can't deal with it. It drives me nuts.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't have anything else open.
All I have is a cat fountain in the back.
Let's see, Donna, can you take that other thing off the stage and make it? I don't want to talk.
Hang on.
You talk.
I'll shut off my cat fountain. Let's see. This is probably the most irritating way to talk all the way across from Alberta to Louisiana that you could ever think of.
I'm scared to talk. Yeah.
How's this? Is this better?
No, I gotta mute myself.
So, like, are we just like on a personal chat with like 14 people watching then? Is that how this works? Because I don't think that I look that good. I feel like I'm a very ugly celebrity on your channel. Try again. I hope you're okay.
I don't know.
Just talk in the cave to me. It's okay. It's nice to meet you, Kresha. I just want you to know you're loved. Sounds like 2 words, 2 syllables. Sounds like. Oh, hey, Donna. How you doing, Donna?
Kresha, do you think? Now I'm echoing too. What
I hear
the
you
heck?
fine. I hear you guys fine.
Do you think it's the thing you hooked up to get the phone? Can you unplug that? No.
Am I going to be part of a failed live stream, Donna?
I don't know.
I hear you just fine. Do you hear me, Donna?
I do hear you.
No echoes?
From you.
It's nice to hear your voice, by the way, Donna. Uh-oh.
It'd be so good, Kresha. Whatever. Donna, will you remove this other thing off the stage? Okay. I can't for some reason. This. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, you didn't do nothing. Oh my God.
Came in and messed up the whole live stream.
Yeah, you jacked it up.
Yeah, I totally did.
I'm gonna remove myself again and I'll come back.
Okay. It's my crazy witch energy, I'm telling you. Welcome to the veil, the thin veil of August 31st. 3 + 1 is 4. I don't know how many others on the live stream are into the numerology and stuff. I don't know if anyone's down with Samhain or anything like that. But I thought I would try and talk to Kresha. And now I can't talk to Kresha. I messed up our live stream. But here's some flames and some nice candles and stuff so that you can look at it. And I hope that you guys are all having a nice Halloween. I had 30 people all together. 30 people. Yeah, 30 people. 30 kids. Tried to give them all the candy and chips that we had. I tell you, Canada, it's a hard go. And yeah, really, really hard go. Anyways,
Well, hello.
Hello.
Fucking done.
How do you do this?
You're doing fine. I don't know what's hooked up to it. Nothing. I don't use the phone. Nothing. I'm gonna shut up.
You have all Apple things, right? That's what that, yeah. I'm all Android things. So, sorry. Came in and messed up your live stream. Now you muted?
I don't know where it's coming from. It's like I'm in another.
Have we been cursed by the
Carry the damn show, girl. Because I can't talk. I can listen though. All right. Wait, here it goes. Come on, tell us your ghost story. Okay, gotta go. I gotta mute myself.
So unmute yourself. They don't want us to talk. They just straight up don't want us to talk.
Not at the same time. Will you back out and come back in? Try that.
I will.
Okay. Now is it echoing? Am I echoing? I'm so scared to talk. We got some bad gris. That's what my mama used to always say. Bad gris. I didn't use the phone. If the phone is not even attached to the computer, it has nothing to do with it. I'm trying it again.
How's it going?
I don't know. Bam! Fixing shit every day. Oh my gosh. Anyways, how you doing?
You need to get a job doing this.
Yeah. I'm just a tech nerd over here. No, you just have so many times of this and you're just like, whatever, whatever. I don't know.
Serious.
Hey, it is what it is. Here you are. I'm just.
And here I am. How are you doing?
Hello, oh my God, wrong one. Hold on. I dated a Canadian once. Last name was Wild. Ben Wild. Not even playing. That's his name. He was very nice.
You're loved by all Canadians, my friend.
Everybody's like, yay. Oh my gosh.
My heart has bled for you a long, long time. And your whole family. And I just wish you so much healing and so much success and all of the good things that you're working for and all of the good things that are coming to you. So
girl,
hey,
don't go up here and do
compliments and being nice. Just let me give you a big old internet hug and let me love you.
Come on, get it over with. That way I just can thank
Seriously.
you. You know, it just but
you're so worthy of all of that, and you are fighting for the right fucking things.
I don't feel like it sometimes, but then I'm like, no, I am. Damn it. It just reignites, though. It does.
Blood has been spilled for those things. So never forget that. Blood has been spilled for those things.
All right.
Right? I wouldn't be on the internet forever if I didn't believe that.
I know, right?
I didn't believe that. So
all the way from Canada and shit.
Seriously.
You know,
I thought out for this. For real. I thought out for this. Tell you that. So.
Okay, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're gonna love the way your face just froze. If it froze for everybody, it froze for me. It's happened to me too. So. Oh my gosh.
So Tim Ballard blazed like all of these things that have just happened. These are too many things all at once.
I know, huh? It's just such a shit show. It's like a big explosion, but it's really, like I said, it's just like a delayed reaction of coming forward of the whole story. For real. That's what this is. It's always been that. Always. Yeah. My soul says so. My mouth has tried to say so. It just doesn't have the words.
It's hard coming from the other side and not being like affected by it because I guess I have extended family in it, but that's
it affects
it's shocking. It's shocking
because you're here.
Outside, it's like, does that happen? Like, do people believe that enough to go into the wild and like take their family members maybe that don't want to do that? Do you want to be
it's not a me problem, it's a we problem. I've said it a long time ago. And it sucks because I mean, I wasn't looking at it on like I didn't expect Ruby, I didn't expect Jody, I didn't
No.
expect Blaze, I didn't expect all that. I'm just like, oh no.
This is 2020 stuff. This is
It's an
48-hour
epidemic.
stuff. But it doesn't touch you. It doesn't punch you in the gut and punch you in the face until
Okay, so
someone
that's a
from the
good point. I mean,
family
that's a good
comes
point.
forward. You make it real. These are your family members. These are extended family members. This is not just
It-
somebody,
yeah.
like it's not like that. It's not
Yeah.
like that at all.
But that brings I thought about this yesterday when I was like, okay, so you have the same rumblings coming from Tim's corner over there. You have the same thing coming from Ruby and Jody. You have the same thing from David Hamblin and friends and therapist friends.
Yeah.
And you have Blaze. All these things coming from, and they're all saying the same thing, but they're all individual people.
But
They don't know each other.
None
You
of this
don't
makes
have
any
the second
sense if there
coming
was like
glory.
an original savior. Isn't there like a church of Latter-day Saints? It's Jesus Christ. Isn't he's the main dude? Why do you have to have so many?
Why you gotta go meet him?
You don't need to have that. Like he already did it. He
Right.
did it.
But what I'm
Why?
saying, this is where I'm going with this, is it's not coming from those individuals. It's coming from source. There's a source spinning this or spitting these ideas. Something is going on.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Something.
like,
And they're not in jail or they have access to a freaking hell of a good phone, a portal,
yeah,
whatever have you.
yeah.
It goes higher than Chad and Lori. It always has. It starts in that damn church.
Look towards the money. Where does the money
Follow the
go?
profit.
The money goes into the shell companies, and the shell companies go towards the end of the world.
Girl, we
Which
don't lie.
you're gonna okay, so the end of the world comes. You're gonna spend money? Like money isn't
Right.
gonna mean anything at the end
It's
of
a
the world.
celestial champagne room. It don't make sense.
Who is doing the head bobbing in the celestial champagne room?
Lori.
Somebody with the mattress protector is what I'm saying.
Chad.
Neither.
Oh
None of them.
They
It doesn't
go out
matter.
of business if
It's
Jesus
set up
comes
to
back.
be who is the top of the top of the top, who's the holiest of the holiest of the holiest. Let's just set every single person up to be in like I want to beat you for the holiest. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's nonsensical. I don't care. It is. And so sometimes I'm like, are they playing games with us? Is this like a test? I mean, I'm there now.
I don't think it's a test. I think that it's
Do you
probably an
have me on
algorithm.
in another room or something?
What's that?
Do you have this live stream on in another room or something?
No, I have. I
echoing.
just have it on my phone. Like I have you on my phone and then me. That's it. From StreamYard.
Do you have an iPhone?
No, I have an Android.
Okay, check your browser and make sure you only have one window open.
I can't have more than one window open. It's an Android. I have to make it so there's more than one window open.
Entertain me. I'm echoing. We're I don't know. Figure it out.
Hang on.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo.
Hang on. Is that any better?
I don't know. We got a phone. Nope.
Nope. How about there?
You don't. I don't know. How about now? Can you hear me now?
I have a cat fountain in the background. That's it.
That's probably it. The cat phone. What'd you say?
Did you say a cat phone?
I thought you said a cat phone, and I was like, okay.
A cat fountain.
A cat fountain. All right. Never heard of one.
Hang on.
Yeah, your ghost sit and spin is over here in the damn lines.
Hang on.
Bippity boppity boo. Oh,
Is that
Lord.
better?
Oh no.
That's not better?
No.
Okay.
If you wait 2 seconds. Oh my God, I can't stand it. I can't think. No. I just it perplexes me. I don't know how to fix it.
No, my cats are thirsty.
Tell your cat to get off the damn stream.
Jeez, I got 4 of them.
Oh. Okay. It's either me or you gonna have to back out again.
Okay, I'll leave. I'll leave.
Better come back. Better come back. Oh my goodness. I don't know. It's like it was okay, and then it started deteriorating. So it's like another window's open, but who knows? I think it's sit and spin. Girl, take your ghost. You take your ghost with you. It's feedback. Right. I turned I turned on my thing. It's good as long as she's backstage.
Back. Did that help?
Yes.
Did that help at all?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all your fault.
It's always my fault.
It's very low. But anyways, if it happens again, I don't mind muting myself, but we just can't
I'll move closer to the Wi-Fi. Does that help?
Yeah. Girl, mine's right here. I can touch it. It's still.
Damn, girl, I'm not looking good in this lighting.
Yeah, you got to go more in the moonlight. No, it's fine. You're fine. You're beautiful. You're fine. You're a married woman now. You just suck it up, Buttercup. You just got to look good for him. That's it. Your life's over. Hey, Natalie. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Just oh my God. You're like my lost sister from Canada.
Dang, girl.
And y'all probably don't high five, but I do. Like, yeah. Never to make contact. Always. Never.
I will totally come down there. I just need a little bit of.
It's right there in Idaho.
I need Xanax and a flight, a really long flight.
And an old priest and a young priest, and then they can go diddle each other or whatever the hell they do.
An old priest and a young priest? No, just the Xanax. I'm good with that. If they show up, I'll be like, what the heck is going on?
Oh my God, right? Oh my God, laughter is the best medicine.
No, for real though.
Xanax too.
No, for real though. Like, how long did it take until Tim Ballard had people coming out against him? Like immediately.
It's
the whole thing about like, oh, we're trending down in South America.
It said we're trending right now when he was pitching a bitch fit with his little tight pants. He's a little man. Like if he was he would drive like one of those big monster trucks, with the big tires and 4x4, but he'd get out and just have to like fall down to the ground and be like, meep, 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 meep.
He was red in the face, man. Like he had some serious. It felt like there was a little bit of extra oomph being given to the muscles, perhaps. With all that.
And so the stuff that he's been doing, it just doesn't. I'm just like,
Did he use the same last name then? So I happen to have the same last name as the big guy, so. Yeah, so he's got my back because we got the same last name.
We're making connections though by following the Hamblin case. He's starting to loop Tim Ballard in there, and I'm like, and I'm wondering why. And he said that there are some roots in what he calls the Church of Satan, and I'm just like, whatever. It's not my research. He's the
LeVay Church of Satan, or is this like the
Church of Satan from like the Church of and within the LDS infiltrated?
Oh, there's a Church of Satan within the LDS.
It's not an organized. Well, whatever. I don't know. These aren't my definitions. He believes in Joseph Smith, but he does not believe the church is true. He believes that the church has been infiltrated, but that's fine. He's a very good researcher, and he's bringing this to life for me. And
okay, so where does the hat stones?
I don't. I don't.
And then the pendulum thing, and like, so where does all that
I
start?
don't
And
know. Keeps it over. We keep it apart. We keep that separated.
From what?
I do. I have to separate.
From what?
Well, because
it seems like they're all kind of blending together, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. But he's good at the research he's bringing out. And I mean, it has nothing to do with the beliefs. I can figure that out for myself. That's my job. It's not even about that. It's about who knows who and connections. That's what it is. And so he's by him. I'm talking about what is the
Hamlet?
guy? No, the guy who's doing the research. That's who I'm talking about. Goel. The guy who's been like, I played the podcast. He was on a podcast called We Are the People. He was the one telling about the abuse of the Hamblins. He's doing the research and putting all those reports together.
Okay.
And that's why I was like, I don't care I don't care what he does or
yeah,
what
I haven't gotten that far. It's so much.
It's complex.
I'm not
all these different circles within circles, amen. Right? I'm like, oh yeah, it's prevalent, but it's okay. It's just a whole lot of. It's the long way, girl. The whole ass, the long, painful journey. Learning it authentically, organically, it's a lot. But so so he's been working on Hamblin, Gordon Bowen, David Levitt, all these power players.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's so many more. I just don't know all their names. And I mean, prominent, or they're holding callings and things like that. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I just am along for the ride. I subscribe to his work, Goel, and what he's bringing to light for me without me having to go do it myself. I don't have that bandwidth.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the bandwidth it's not
too
there.
much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
So it's like while I'm watching this, come to life, there's connections between President Ballard, Tim Ballard, his damn grandson. I don't give a shit. Anyways, they know my genealogy. I'll be damned. I might not know theirs because they hide it so well and they have them damn scrubbing bubbles. But I'm not stupid. Anyways, and I mean, you can deny things and it's just going to delay the inevitable.
Yeah, there's records that are kept and they're kept for
a
reason.
We are coming for you. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. It's what you are doing is you are like it's like digging up cemetery of somebody. Yeah.
I'm digging up bones. I'm just being. No,
I'm digging up bones.
Right.
That I left alone.
And then Chad's bone, he's skull and bones. Bullshit. Oh, it's so gross. It's this is. I'm like, oh hell, Uncle Phil, I was just joking.
Yeah.
I can't though. I can't because they effed with my family.
Yeah.
They effed with my family. And I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even know I cared about my family as much as you don't F with my family.
Yeah. There's an objectification and a dehumanization that happen on
all kinds of things, all the levels. Every level, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, just psychologically.
Everything.
It's a whole a fuckery is my new favorite word.
Absolutely.
It really is. It's so offensive. I feel violated. And I mean, nothing happened to me, but I just with my lineage, just raiding my family, asshole.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that. Nobody gets to do that. No. Go raid your own people.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
You don't do that to somebody without getting your comeuppance.
It's a violation of being a freaking person. You don't do that as a human. I'm a human.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
justice is well deserved in every form that it should take.
And whatever it is for everybody, right?
Absolutely. Forever and ever, amen, girl.
I mean, I just, you watch it. I've watched my parents age. I've watched myself age. I mean, I don't look at everything negative, right? But I mean, this is the reality of it. And, yeah, this is Little Brands. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Trace. It's worth it. They're worth it. I mean, what else? It's worth it. It's worth it. They're like, they may not know me, but they will. They won't forget me.
Yeah.
They'll have to take me out, and whatever that is for a coward to do, you know. I'm good. Like but I'm like, I always, reflect, and I'm like, really, these conversations I have with myself, I'm just like, why did you pick this freaking? This is like the darkest and the deepest of the all. This is the depths of hell on earth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yep, whole ass.
Yeah. There is no half-assing this, girl.
Oh no, yeah, you're in it to win it. I mean, and so all the things that you joke, like the real lemony thing, ha ha ha, and then I'm like, well, here you go, ha ha ha. Shit. And I mean, I believe in God. That's just me, source. And I'm just like, really, really, really. Why? I'm a nothing burger too. I'm just me. But it's just a whole. It's wrong. It's
You
wrong.
could be a tiny shard of glass and you can still shine the light. It doesn't matter how small you are.
Yeah.
So
my soul won't rest until I know that. Obviously. There's been times when I'm like, I just get to a point and I'm just like, okay, it just like washes over me and I'm just like, oh, so real. And I just pass out, whatever, wake up and I'm like, nope, still got it. Still got the itch. So I still got to go and until it tells me, oh no, your job here is done. And it will one day. What that looks like, I have no idea, but
you keep going.
we are way
believe
further
in you. I believe you.
I know it doesn't make sense though. It doesn't make sense to me still.
It doesn't have to right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You're still on the right path. It doesn't matter if it makes sense.
In my wheels sometimes, I'm just like, what the hell? And going, no, it's like somebody just pulling me up high enough. We're just, I'm not going anywhere. But then things happen. It's like the crazy comes out and they can't tuck it in. And then it's just a hemorrhage. It's a hemorrhage. It's hemorrhaging. The ticking time bomb is a blowing or imploding, or it's imploding because it's coming down, which whatever. I don't give a shit what it does. I just want it to respect my family. I know it's not going to. I've learned that. And I'm like, it doesn't respect a lot of people. And it really, really pisses me off because you see it hurting all these people. And I'm talking about the church, it hurts. It's a system. It's a whatever the hell it is. It's gotten way out of hand is what I'm saying. It's gotten too big for its britches. It's up here on this pedestal and I'm here to chop it down and humble itself. I'm a help humble. I'm only one of the people. I'm only one person in this. What I mean, looks like when you're coming into this, looks like you're by yourself. You're just like, oh, where do I go? Who can I tell? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Then you're just sitting here. I mean, I'm holding it all. You can tell in my weight, I'm holding all the shit. But it's like I've learned and see people fighting the good fight, just humaning. And I'm not in this alone. It feels like it, but I'm not, and you're not, and nobody is here alone. So that's the cool part. It helps me to see the beauty in humanity, which is pretty rewarding. It really is. It's reassuring.
I give you a big warm hug from Canada.
Oh, okay. I feel it.
A
Right?
big polar bear hug. We love you. You need to come up and see the mountains.
I know.
I will make you pancakes and bacon.
I like, oh my God, girl. Okay. Food is through my heart, right? I love you too. Thank you. I mean, just for being here. I do. You crack me the hell up. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you just say the right things or the wrong things at the right time. No matter
You
what,
say
it's
the
like
right
the
things.
time, and I'm like, because I get it, it's just so heavy, and I need that. And we all do. This community needs that. We need you. We need each other. We really do.
Love you, girl.
Love you
I gotta
too.
go. I'll talk to you soon. I love you.
Love always wins. Now go be with your husband. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Oh, that was so sweet. I did. I did earlier. I mean, again, in a more concise, it's like a 16-page PDF that's put together on, I know the website real quick. Oh, it was so good to what are you doing back there? All I see is her little face or whatever. Okay. Backstage, little brands. Okay, let me go to that little website I was just telling you about. So you'll know where I found. I mean, it's the most I've found on Ervil LeBaron in one spot. I'm not good at putting the stories together. I'm not other people's story. I'm not even good at putting this story together. I'm not good at putting one foot in front of the other. Right? Okay. Ooh. All right. It is LeBaron. And there's some tie-ins with that too. Just like with Brian David Mitchell, just like with anybody who has went rogue in the Mormon church, in my opinion. Yeah, it's crimelibrary.org. And look, oh no, I'm not. I'm like, here, I'm gonna give you the link, but that's on my phone, and I'm not on my phone. Oh, yeah. I mean, but so, and they also have a good rundown on Jeffrey Lundgren. And I mean, me and Donna, we've all read like a lot of his books and everything. And it's so hard to see anything through because I'm just kind of touching base. And just as I'm going, it'll bring me to here, it'll bring me to there. But I'm going to come back. I always do. And that's just it. I'm like a shark circling, because it's here. It's just I'm having to go and loop all the things that make these connections and tie it all together. That way I can prove. I need proof. I can't just say, yep. I mean, I can. It'll get me dead and not believed, It's more of a mind game than anything. Just that's what this whole thing has been. I always knew that it went all the way up the church ladder. I don't know all the things, especially in this church, because I was like, what? Presidents? I don't even know what you're talking about. Of the United States? It is so culture shock. It's like I would think it'd be like going to Beijing or something, or somewhere I'm totally foreign to. That's what this has been like. But I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, I admire that. And then I also am like, oh Lord, they're doing that competition thing. And it's like, it's not a competition for me. For me, it's not a competition. We all have something to contribute, you know, and everybody delivers it in their own way, you know. Not everybody's individuals. It's the cool thing about humaning, right? And but that is it's a direct product of the culture that they're born into, that they're raised up in. It's totally that. And it sucks because it keeps, even an ex-Mormon, it's hard to get them to trust. It's hard to make that connection. It's hard to prove that your love is unconditional and that you're not just gonna boop, you know, and pull the rug out from underneath them. It's sad. It really is sad. It breaks my heart. It does. It really is. And that's like it's like a tactic used by the church. I mean, in general conference, when they said, you know, don't talk to anybody, basically don't talk to anybody on the outside of this church. That is isolation. Another form of isolation. Then you have the language barrier, you have the cultural barrier, you have all these barriers. And are they locking us out? Or are they locking you in? You know, or both. Either way, it's hard. It's just hard. I don't know. I don't know. It really is crazy and it sucks. That's controlling, and it's just like that narcissistic patriarch father, your grandfather, or whatever the hell. That's what I look at the church as. Just one, not the people. Here's the people, right? No. I just want to help in that sense. I'm like, come on, come over here. You don't need that thing. You don't need it. You can, you know, have your own relationship with God. You don't need it. You don't need a middleman. You don't need a community. It's nice. It's awesome concept if it were really the true intentions behind it. And unfortunately, how I see it, it's not. Right. You can't spell Ervil without evil. Amen. I know. I've thought of that too. Yeah. I mean, this is so confusing. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is this just Chad and Lori just running off and just woohoo? You know, just all right, we got sealed. Now let's go run off and murder everybody and then just sit in Kauai and just wait. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Who's giving them orders is what I want to know. Who did Chad say, or, you know, when he was going to get his answers, when Lori was going to get her answers, were they calling Uncle Tom and saying, hey, will you check in your portal and let me know if Tylee is dark, or give me her numbers. Give me JJ's numbers. All right. Kay is now Rhonda. Okay. I mean, they give out, it's not a far fetch, and I'm getting closer where that gap is closing in, you know, and I'm not sounding as damn crazy. Just saying. And it sucks. I don't want to be right though. I'd rather sound crazy and be wrong. Really. Yeah. Daughters of Zion. The book. I've never seen the book. That's what they said. That's what has been purported. That's what's been put out there. That's where I'm at. I'm like, I've researched this thing inside and out. And I'm looking. And I wasn't the only one, you know. I've never seen Chad. I mean, he's just like the next Latter-day Saint dude, you know. I mean, just I don't see anything different besides he wrote some stupid books and is really nerdy. And I don't understand that. But I mean, I've never seen where he's like propping himself up as a prophet, as this Allah, or, you know, I don't. Now I've heard Melanie Gibb say it. I've heard David Warwick say it. All their little friends. That's what's been spun out into the media. Okay. And then even when they came out in the media, the whole infamous Reddit email, that's Melanie Gibb. That's Melanie Gibb's interview with Nate Eaton, word for word, or question by question. A portal in Lori's closet and the 3 Nephites. Okay. That is a deceptive language. Nobody knows besides Mormons. And I don't even know if all Mormons know that, but only Mormons know that kind of language. It's their language. It's very specific to their culture. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know. And so that guy, I follow his research, Goel. He had heard, and I mean, he said this in his source, which John DeLynn used after I did, right? I was like, oh shit, he just cited the same dude. And I was like, it's weird because anyways. But Goel had reported, or he had one source. He didn't have any more than one source, to corroborate whether Gordon Bowen wrote Tim's hit piece, basically, instead of it was like, again, I'm just relaying what I heard. But anyways, he wrote about it in his Substack about Gordon Bowen being, according to one source, writing the hit piece to Vice News for Tim Ballard. So I don't know whether that's true or not. But I mean, then again, if let's just explore. If it is, let's say Gordon Bowen did write the hit piece. Let's just pretend. And that means he's right there. And he is connected directly to the higher ups. Directly to M. Russell Ballard. And M. Russell Ballard is one of the 2 apostles that were deemed dark in the infamous Reddit email. Ballard and Renlund are zombies. I'm just saying. Nobody. I have not seen a damn interview. I've not heard of one. All this was spun out before. I mean, faster than anything. How they say a lie will get there faster than the truth can even have whatever. I messed it up. But you know what I mean? It's what sells. And I suspect and I feel it comes from that damn church. I don't know what its end game is. I don't know what it's trying to do. I don't know. It's deceiving a lot of people. I know that. But I have to scale it back, right? Because I focus in on that church. I'm not saying that Lori, Chad, Ruby, Jody, all these people aren't accountable for their things, because they very much are. They do have their free agency, their free will. They can say no. You just got to back off the sauce, But it's bad. It's bad. And that's frightening if people can really, really control other people like that. Makes you think. I mean, Lori, let's just say that she got her orders. Let's just pretend. Theory. Let's just say that, they met at Thanksgiving Point, her, Chad, and let's say Uncle Tom was there, and Timmy Boy and Jason Mount. Let's just say they all, and Russell Ballard, let's just say they all went to Thanksgiving Point, and the psychic lady was there, Janet Russin, and she's like, oh yeah, y'all are sealed, and y'all were married before in a past life. It checks out. That's where I'm at. Because, I mean, when this first came out, I was like, what? Okay, so you obviously aren't married anymore in this life, or Why? Anyways, it doesn't make sense. I can't make it make sense. It's so outlandish, and I think that's part of the. I think that's part of the gig. That's why it works. They are the Cadian robbers. They are the secret society, so to speak. It's nuts. They're nuts. I'm dealing with somebody else's craziness, and it's absolutely mind blowing. I know. I know. What girl? You. What daughter? Who wrote a book? I'm like, what? Yeah. Right. Right. McConkey. 1-800. 1-800 oh my god, obstruction of justice. Right. You're crazy now, Lori. I so see that going down too. I know I'm not the only one. It was that church doesn't do anything nice. Just saying. Not to my family, not to me. Yeah, and nobody questioned their beliefs. Nobody. Not a Nair interview, right? Besides Melanie Gibb, Zalima, Melanie Pulowski, allegedly, and Ian Snitch, right? And a lot of people interjecting. And I mean, I say that because the church never comes out and just, faces it like a normal, rational thinking person would expect. You know what I mean? Just, it doesn't handle things like that. And where people are like, well, it's a corporation. I'm like, well, goody, goody gumdrop. But I mean, they have, their public relations department. I mean, a lot of businesses, a lot of companies have that, and they're not assholes. And they don't just keep spinning things. And it confuses the hell out of me. I'm not a Latter-day Saint. I can't imagine how their world it turns upside down every time something happens. They're probably like, what? And so it traps them even more, maybe, or they double down and really believe and just put their cognitive dissonance to the side even more, or they're like, oh hell, this is not right. Either way, even when they say nothing, it's still saying a lot. Oh yeah, he's the one that freaks me out, TC, because my mom is on the zombie hit list. She's Rhonda, not Rhonda in our chat, but she's Rhonda. She turned dark because Lori didn't get the life insurance money. And it's nuts. And I mean, that pisses me. It bothers me. So what? They're in jail. Okay. Orville LeBaron was too. He was in jail and dead. And people still got knocked off his hit list. It's well within the possibilities here. Bet your ass. It is scary. It's it just got to be cautious. That's how I've looked at it. Just got to be cautious. So sometimes I feel like I'm moving backwards. That's how cautious I am. I'm just like, it's like I'm always right there at the line, and I'm just like, I just kind of circle my foot around it. I'm just like, hey, what y'all doing? And I just kind of dabble in there. But I'm always sizing it up. Just know that I'm always sizing it up. I'm always analyzing it. But I mean, that's what they always say, keep your enemies, your friends close, but your enemies closer. That's the vibe I'm getting here. I've been sizing it up for a long time. And it's like I'm so far into it now, TC, that I don't even know how to say all the things that I do know in a not overwhelming way to my parents or my family or anybody. It isolates me too. It's so crazy. It really is. I don't I'm just like, "Gee, it feels like punishment." Yeah, but I took it on. I know I didn't want my parents to have to or my brother. Nobody. I don't want anybody else in my family getting hurt. Um, Nobody. I mean, there's 3 too many, 4 too many, 5 too many, but 3 in my family, 3 too many. Mm-mm. Um, it is personal. It's very personal. And I wonder, like, if they would have come out and, like, those expectations, right? Expectations. When my parents reached out on Facebook to Chad after Lori was locked up, they were like, Chad, plead. They would plead with him. You have grandkids. You are a Christian. Be Christ-like. And I was like, oh, that's not Christ-like. But I remember thinking like, that is weird. And I was green back then, totally green. Brand new baby. Didn't know what the hell the world I lived in, period. Didn't know what I was dealing with. They are so strong. Yeah, it really sucks. But hey, Trace said the other night, last night, she was like, "Oh, I can't wait till we go to Arizona because it'll be on TV. It'll be like woohoo!" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I mean, it just made me think, "Oh wow, yes." It made me pump up a little more for Arizona. So just hopefully Arizona really sees this thing through. And it's not for me. It's for Charles and Tylee and Tammy and JJ and Joe, all of them, because it's like it all just, especially, with Charles, I mean, for sure, with this starting point, that starting point, had they caught them then, it would have altered, it maybe would have changed the trajectory of the secession, the fast, you know, mm, I mean, because they did that within, I think I counted the days, but I forgot. Shocker. I want to say, I know the months, but I think I counted the day. It was like 100 days or 101 days. They killed 4 people, allegedly. and and shot at 1. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and shot at 1. I mean, that is freaking. Oh, that's pretty. They have some movers and shakers. Oh, and so I really am going to. Oh my God, I'm about to have to get off of here. It's been a long time too. Y'all are troopers. Thank y'all. But remind me, Trace and Donna and Beach Bum and Mary. Remind me to talk about what April had sent me about that guy who he had a suspicious death. Okay. And it is alleged that Chad and Lori had invested some of that blood money into the same company where this guy suspiciously died, and is alleged that the FBI agent that transported Lori allegedly from Hawaii to here. Just remind me, yeah. I don't really know the things to speak to that right now 100%, but it's just a little grip of information, but it's I mean, it's pretty wow, right? It's pretty big if they invested money. I don't know. It just sus. The crazier, that means it's freaking related. If it's crazy, it's related. Just know that. Yeah. No. I know. The numbers, yeah. It sucks. It's tragic. And it's so very unnecessary. I know. Angela was like, "Hey, girl, I'm still here, right?" Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I forget about it, and then I'm like, "Oh, wait. There's this big thing over here, which would have been nice to know way back in the beginning." I don't know who else she told, but and I mean, this is just her saying, "Hey, have you this is April. April's like, "Have you run across this in your research?" I dig. I'm a digger. Um, yeah, yeah, yep. Well, at least two. Two of them were dark, but I'm sure the other two were well on their way, right? Just like how they trickled Tylee, JJ, you know, it's nuts. Somebody requires children. That's all I'm saying. And death. And it's a very self-serving institution because they sell life insurance. Banner life insurance. It just, I don't know. Either way, they get their 10%. One way or another. It's nuts. That's in the courtroom too. When Lori showed up in her jail outfit with some damn pink handcuffs on in front of the world, my parents, the judge, I mean, just everybody. Charles, my cousins, Colby, just everybody was there. And this bitch want to walk in like, I mean, like just looking down at you with her shoulders back. She was relaxed. She did it in righteousness. She thinks she was told. That's where I was like, who was that? That's when I was ping. It flipped for me. The blood atonement, right? I got some blood for him. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm gonna go because yeah, I can just sit here and jibber jabber forever. But yeah, please remind me of that, and then we'll just have to kind of we'll dig. That's what we do. Yeah, they do. And I wonder about Chad too. I'm just like, what is his? Because he don't freaking move. I'm telling you, I want to take a stick and just like poke him and just, he don't move. He's like weird. Yeah, proud of her. Oh, good night, girl. Love you. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll just eat your underwear. Thank you. There you go. We came in on that, kind of. And now we're going to leave on the rest of the story, right? Good night, guys. You guys were some troopers. All the tech issues and just unorganization. It's uncalled for. Anyways, love you guys. Justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins, and you guys are proof of that. Bye, Jeannie Marie. All right? I've never seen Lori and the devil in the same room. That's all I'm saying.